Hey, everybody, this is No Bones About Wrestling. I am one of your hosts for the evening. My name is Asa. Hopefully, you remember me. And here we are. We've got the Trump Plaza above us here. Got the WrestleMania IV logo below. And that means it's time to do a retro watch along for WWF WrestleMania IV. So I'm going to explain something real quick. Most of WrestleMania 4 is a big world title tournament for the vacant world title tournament. How did it become vacant, you ask? Here's how. On an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event, Hogan was defending the belt against Andre the Giant. It was in the third year of his reign. Earl Hebner was set to referee. And eventually Andre gets a move and gets a quick 3 count. Andre the Giant wins the world title. Comes to turn out, here comes Earl Hebner. We have twin evil referee. Dave Hebner was an evil twin, real person, and he was paid off by the $1 Million Man to award the title to Andre the Giant, because at that point, the Andre the Giant would pass the belt over to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. So I count DiBiase's title reign personally because it's wrestling, but it lasted, I believe, a second, because apparently the moment Giant handed the belt to DiBiase, the title was nullified. So I'll give him a second in there. So probably the shortest lived WWF champion of all time, with Andre being probably number 2. He had it for about 8 seconds, I think. But so that's what happened on an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. And the title was declared vacant. President Jack Tunney said, "What the fuck can I do? All y'all are fucking crazy." He couldn't just give it back to Hogan because he had lost. So what he did was he ordered a 14-man single elimination tournament at WrestleMania 4. There were other attractions. I believe there was an Intercontinental. I know there was a 20-man Battle Royal. How do we make these boxes big again? Make the boxes big again, say people.
That might be a you thing.
Make the boxes big again. Make the boxes.
Yes, oh, there we go.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. How come Hogan dropped the world title that night? We will see. You will see. Johnny, how are you doing? Are you feeling better? I don't know who you're talking to, but I'm.
He's talking to you. You were sick last night. You don't remember last night because you were so sick? It happened. He's feeling better.
No, yeah, I'm feeling better. So yeah, everything's better. Here we are, WrestleMania 4. And yeah, let's get it going. So, like I said, there's a big bracket. It's a long show, so we're gonna get started with it. Not just yet. We're gonna give people some time to get in the room. But here's what's going on. We have a 14-man world title tournament. If K Fabulous will be so kind.
Do you want me to show one side at a time?
She could turn her camera around and make it easier on her.
Stay the point.
You're right there.
Yep.
No one can see that.
Oh, okay. How about that?
Barely. We need more light. Well, there you go. You might be able to tell.
Here, I can just alter my camera.
Yeah. You have a light on that camera.
I don't know how to turn it on from here.
Anyways.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, but bring it in a little more towards the top. Just do the top half. There we go. In the top half of the tournament, you have former world champion Hulk Hogan with a bye. So he's into the quarterfinals, you have former world champion Andre the Giant with a bye. So he and Hogan face each other in the quarterfinals. Also in the first round, the Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, the American Patriot, takes on the evil $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, who had the belt for 1 second, or half a second, or whatever you want to call him. Up next, we have Don the Rock Morocco. Yes, he was the Rock before the Rock. And he is taking on former Canadian stronglifter who was apparently murdered by the Canadian Mafia, Dino Bravo. And that is that side of the bracket. So there's there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So eight of the wrestlers? There's 8 of the wrestlers. On this side of the bracket, we have former Intercontinental Champion Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
That was 6 of the wrestlers because 2 of those were buys. There's 8 on this one.
6. Oh, correct. 6. Now they're 8. Former Intercontinental Champion Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And then come down here, we have known homophobe Greg Valentine. They call him the Hammer, but he looks like pretty much, every town has a 60-plus-year-old woman who hangs out at the bar where they have porches outside and who smokes cools. I don't know if they still make those, but she still smokes them. And she just goes, well, people's people. That's Greg Valentine. Next down the list, we have the former Intercontinental Champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage, very much on the rise at this point. He is facing Hacksaw Butch Reed, who would head to greater prominence of half of the tag team Doom in WCW.
There were 2 Hacksaws?
Correct.
Weird.
Yeah. And then up next, we have a battle of the big men. We have Bam Bam Bigelow, and he is taking on the one-man gang, who would in the future be known as Akeem the African Dream, even though he was not African. And at the bottom of the bracket, not least though, I mean, either of these two could win. We have Jake the Snake Roberts, the master of the DDT, taking on former Intercontinental Champion, Ravishing Rick Rude. So those are your brackets. We have 13 matches in the tournament tonight. Of course, all but one man must be eliminated. And and that's what's going on. Eric says, I was 15 in 1988. There you go. So you'll probably remember this well. And for those of you who are watching, please, no spoilers, because I don't think Kay knows what happened.
I have no idea.
Kay does not know what happens on this show. I think and hope people watching us don't know what happens on this show. So no spoilers, please. You spoil stuff, you're going to get kicked out. And I really don't want to kick anyone out. So just no spoilers. Let's just have fun and enjoy ourselves. What time have we got?
It is 8:04.
It's 8:04 already. Wow.
Mhm.
Talked for a long time. Well, get your Peacock account ready. You, of course, go to WrestleMania. Go to WrestleMania IV. And what you want to do is press play. And then what? Pause it very quickly. And then press rewind, stop.
Rewind and then pause again, yeah.
Yeah, rewind and then pause again. So you play it for like 2 seconds, press pause, and then press rewind and very quickly press pause.
Yeah.
So it's paused at 000.
0, 0.
000. Yeah. Eric says we are all like a family on here. Yes, we are, Eric. That's very nice.
I talk to you guys, and well, I guess I don't see you. I was going to say I see you guys more than my family, but in my heart, I see you.
I talk to you more than my family.
Yeah,
that's for sure. All right, so everybody should have their Peacock ready, and WrestleMania 4 is what we're watching, and this is not the countdown. I'm going to do a countdown and say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, press play. That's how we're doing it. So now this is the countdown. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play.
Here we go.
There we go. WrestleMania 4, y'all.
When's the one with the fun WrestleMania song? What year is that?
I know 10 has it. I'm not sure what other years have it.
It's so disappointing that they don't use that every year.
It is. The WrestleMania song is fun.
Yeah.
Let's not talk over the opener here.
Okay, fair.
Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino. And the orange one is front and center, and he is loving it. WrestleMania 4 doesn't get bigger than this, folks.
Wrestling spectacular of all time here in Atlantic City. Please join me in welcoming one of the greatest entertainers of all time, and certainly superstar status for this great singer, the great Gladys Knight.
Ooh, nice.
Not even the Pips, just Gladys Knight.
Look at that jacket. That's awesome. It's like she's like a Vegas NASCAR car.
It's a what?
It's like she's a NASCAR car, but in Vegas style. With
Pretty much. It's very hip now, looking like a NASCAR car with all the different bullshit on you. Logo feces spread all over your clothes.
Did they have feedback for Gladys Knight? That's disrespectful.
What?
Her mic gave feedback.
And Vince McMahon always started WrestleMania with this song rather than the Star Spangled Banner because he thought this was a way better song.
He is correct.
And he's correct. This should be our national anthem.
Yes, it should.
No doubt. Or I Feel Good by James Brown.
Is she doing a medley?
Don't worry about what she's doing.
Land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with love.
Hey everyone, hey, what's up, Elon? Eric, do you still miss WrestleMania in an arena? I do, but I don't particularly care. Honestly, my biggest care is the whole 2-night thing. I've gone on record saying I hate the 2-night thing because WrestleMania should be the best versus the best versus the best. We don't need to put 40, 50 fucking people on the WrestleMania card over 2 nights. So Apollo Crews can have a WrestleMania match or whoever. The best of the best need to be fighting the best of the best. 1 night, WrestleMania.
And the rest can go in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I agree with that. Fine with that. Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura. This pretty good announce team here.
You get a
So
giant
that trophy, they're about to have a 20-man over the top rope battle royal. We got British Beefcake. That's all I saw.
plus 19 other guys.
I gotta move my camera. I can't see anything. Who was it? Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, Brutus Beefcake, Bad News Brown, Andre the Giant. Oh no, fuck. I'm thinking of the one from WrestleMania 2. Excuse me. Bret Hart, Bad News Brown, Greg Valentine. No, he's in the tournament. Well, fuck. I don't know
Let me
that.
look in your book.
I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Second year for me, Gorilla.
Fans loving Bob Uecker.
Johnny is rooting against you. He said, I would love to see a 3-night Mania.
Well, I'm looking forward. How can you start anything off better with
Oh, he just died, didn't he?
Man, last night, the Trump Plaza Casino.
But it'd be a downer.
Convention center here today, Gino.
All right. The Battle Royal has Bret Hart, Sika, Jim Neidhart, Brian Blair, Raymond Rougeau, Jim Brunzell, Ron Bass, Hillbilly Jim, Danny Davis, Jimmy Powers, Nikolai Volkov, Boris Zukov, Ken Patera, Jacques Rougeau, Harley Race, former world champ, Paul Roma, the Junkyard Dog, and Bad News Brown. A 20-man Battle Royal starting the show off. Including two men in there who either were World Tag Team Champions, or excuse me, who either were World Champion or would become World Champion. Who can name the two? Not UK.
Okay.
Heavyweights in this one, Jess. Definitely. You know what makes me most remarkable is that everyone who was in this was not involved in anything else.
The what?
That's right.
The what?
What is that just get called?
The Fabulous Rougeaus.
Oh.
Nothing's taller than you who's ever been in high heels. Yeah, I paid, as I said before, anybody.
Look at how gloriously gimmicky these wrestlers all are. It's just
It's a
wonderful.
blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing from God Himself.
One of the favorites.
The King, Harley Race, baby.
I know you think I had a great time.
The tail end of his career in the WWF. It's a big trophy.
How come George isn't in the ring?
I think he might be.
Oh man, I tell you, I couldn't wait to get here.
He's on the outside.
Oh, I don't know. He's doing his thing.
We're on the way here. Whole lot at stake. What a dangerous time.
Wait, so can I say who I think the two champions are?
No, it was to the viewers. Eric Tate points out later in '88, WWF had a green screen for their TV tapings. Yes, I remember that. WWF is not above using trickery to get their desired results, and I can't really put it past them. The whole fucking business is all about trickery, so I got nothing against it. So I don't know if no one's going to answer me. Who are the two former or current world champions in the Battle Royal? Okay.
Wait, are WWF World Champion or any World Champion?
Any world
So
champion.
it is, as Eli says, Bret Hart, who will be a future one, and the one who has already been it is Harley Race.
That is correct.
I've had a WrestleCation. It's not over.
That's not even close.
The Harley Race part has happened.
Bret Hart and Harley Race, your two. Of course, Bret Hart, the future world champion. Harley Race, the former 7 or 8 time world champion in this, in his silly king getup.
Wasn't the Junkyard Dog also a world champion, but not in one of the 3 major promotions? I thought in Tennessee.
No, here's the thing. You can be Western Tennessee world champion, but that doesn't make you a fucking world champion. You can be the world champion of your fucking backyard, but that doesn't make you the world champion.
World champion of this chair. Suck it.
I'm talking about NWA, WCW, WWF, ECW. I'll even give. That's the smallest promotion I'll give it to is ECW, AEW. In the United States, at least, those are the ones I would consider world champions. AWA, perhaps,
Did you say NWA?
and NWA goes without saying,
Okay.
and that's it. That's it.
And he was part of what, Rocky Mountain? Where it was the Junkyard Dog.
He went everywhere.
Oh, okay.
It was all over the place. A black guy that they could actually get the fans to cheer. That was a novel attraction back then. Everyone loved the Junkyard Dog.
I remember Jim Cornette talking about him.
He died a very violent death. Fell asleep in his car on the way home from his daughter's
Oh
graduation.
my God.
One car crash and died.
That's way more of a downer than me saying, didn't Bob Uecker die earlier this year?
Very sad.
Yeah.
That's what it was. The bees are gone. You're right, Jess.
And both of the Killer Bees are gone. Not related to the Saturday Night Live Killer Bees.
You know where they got it. Oh. Who's that guy that Charles Animal Steel was pushing? Right there in the white. Oh, the ref. Never mind. I forgot they wear like waiter outfits, kind of. There's the guy dressed like a circus performer
Where?
with the big black and white stripes and the white top punching.
I'm trying to think who that is. Yeah, it might be Danny Davis. Eric Tate says the first WCW Clash of the Champions was on that day. Headlined by Sting versus Ric Flair. Arguably a better show. But I don't know. We do have a world title tournament here, so that's pretty big shit. But Sting versus Sting versus Ric Flair, better than any match on this show for sure.
I just realized I called that guy Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and that was not him because he's in the tournament later tonight. Who was that guy in the overalls that was real tall that had a big
Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim? Okay, thank you.
There goes Red Tights.
See, they don't even know.
Jim Powers. Down to about 10 guys here.
The guys who went out early got their per diem money. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
This is a rare Tony Schiavone era of WWF.
And the body. You know what's unique out there? Both Russians are still in there. Certainly are. This might be their style of match, you know.
I think 9 competitors remain. There goes Volkov. Down to 8. And Eric says it was 89, not 88. Oh, maybe talking about the Clash of the Champions. Okay. Because this was definitely 88. If I said 89, I'm sorry, but this is 1988.
You said 88 because I thought I was 3. No, I was 5. I was 5.
Harley Race is gone.
Today's not a good math day for me.
Down to Bret Hart, Bad News Brown, and Junkyard Dog. I don't like the numbers for Hart here.
That was not good. That was bad. What was that?
He bit him like a dog. A junkyard dog, if you will.
Are those still a thing?
Junkyard dogs?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. There's like camera systems now and stuff.
The camera systems ain't gonna bite nobody.
True.
Yeah, animals in our country are treated as people for now.
Mhm.
Until the revolution comes, people. And then you'll be the property.
You just said animals are treated as people in our country.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
No, I said until the day animals are treated as people.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay.
You need to put your fucking listening ears on.
I left them at school.
No, seriously, you need to get something going on here where you can hear what the fuck I'm saying. Junkyard Dog is a DLC for 2K25. That's cool. I did not know that. That's cool. Yeah, very popular black wrestler throughout the Midwest and the South. Seen as a, what's the word? Seen as an attraction when you didn't see a lot of black wrestlers. And as I said, you didn't see a lot of black face wrestlers. He grew a lot of popularity and remained very popular through his days in the WWF. Eli says JYD makes me think of the Hogan cartoon. That was so good. Yes, it was. Wasn't it called like Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Friends of Wrestling or something? We gotta find that. You gotta see that.
Okay.
Had like Hulk Hogan and Junkyard Dog, and there goes the dog. We're down to Bret Hart and Bad News Brown, who knew each other from back in the Stampede wrestling days up in Alberta, Canada. Bad News worked as the heel quite a bit. Bret Hart as the babyface quite a bit. And Eli says, yes, it was. I got the whole run on Blu-ray. No regrets. Yeah, I would love to see that show again. I haven't seen that in almost 40 years. I mean, 36 years. Eli says he pre-ordered 2K25 yesterday. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I love the roster size. Really, it has over 300 wrestlers. Pretty crazy. Interested to see how it plays. It looks great. I just want to see how it plays. Bad News Brown wins the Battle Royal.
But like I said, all spare and love and war. Look at the size of the trophy. More important than the trophy, what this is going to do for Bad News, it's going to jump him in the World Wrestling Federation standings, put him right high for possible title shot. What's going on?
Oh. What?
Hearthstone a hissy fit.
This is not very Bret Hart-like.
Eli says, with the Ghetto Blaster. I don't know what that is in reference to now, Eli. I'm sorry. Was that Bad News Brown's move? Was it called the Ghetto Blaster? I don't know. So Bad News Brown wins the Battle Royal, but Bret Hart's the real winner, isn't he? Because of the destruction of property.
The way that little statue rolled on its back with his arms and legs in there like a dead squirrel. That was very good.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Looking for me, and we missed connections when I came in here to the announce booth. Vanna, if you're listening, hang on closed circuit.
Tony Schiavone going after Vanna White's pussy.
Security.
She there. Recently, the star of Wheel of Fortune featuring Vanna White on the NES. Right after this, so she was a hot ticket.
try to find Vanna. You know, the funny thing is, Gorilla, I know where she's at, but I ain't too good.
Gorilla and Jesse, maybe the best announcing team in the history of Earth.
What about?
Eli tells me it was Bad News Brown's finishing move. Thank you. Good face turn, says Eric. And Eric said Hart was face from 88 to 97.
Apparently, Bobby the
Yes, he
Brain
was. Yes, he was.
out of that best announced team.
Who?
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, yeah. True. Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain. Yes. Yeah, no doubt. Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City. We've not yet seen a future president. There he is. He's in the front row.
Was he? Oh,
He's in the front row. Don't you see him right there?
I saw the top of his wife's hair or whoever that is next to him.
Marla Maples. Marla Maples, my second wife, my very loving wife. Number 2.
She should write a book
About what?
about her marriage to Donald Trump.
She signed many NDLs. No book could ever be written. They got a scroll about the fucking tournament.
Sought to establish a fair and just way to diligently determine who should be the undisputed WWF champion. And whereas WrestleMania IV has been selected as the specific site to determine who will be the undisputed champion by way of an elimination championship tournament.
Who's that guy?
That's Robin Leach.
Oh, from the Lifestyles of Virgin.
He used to host a show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, which was basically, if you're young, it was like Cribs in the 80s.
The championship tournament should begin with champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
But with a little class to it.
I'm Robin Leach, and I do know why. What a proclamation.
Mhm. Eric says, I still miss them a lot. Miss who a lot? Bret Hart and Bad News Brown? I'm not sure who you mean.
I think he
Here we go. First round matchup. We got Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus. You got the boards.
Ted DiBiase.
Duggan versus DiBiase.
I think he was talking about the announced team of Gorilla
Oh,
Monsoon and
The announced team.
Heenan.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Yes, says Eric. Thank you. Yes, I miss Bobby. He was the best. Maybe the best personality who was ever around wrestling. Bobby the Brain Heenan. And I mean that. If you needed him to wrestle, you needed him to manage, you needed him to announce, he was there, and he did it excellently. Comes Ted DiBiase with Virgil and Andre the Giant. This is a group who rendered the world title vacant. Bad dudes.
They're all awesome dudes. I love Money Incorporated. This is like pre-Money Incorporated, right? Yeah. He said he was a funny heel.
You're talking about Bobby, I guess. Yeah. The funniest.
Not necessarily. If DiBiase's victorious here, he has to beat the winner of the Barack Obama. Right, but let's just say that DiBiase.
Oh, we plug in the heater.
Money will talk, I think. Yes. You think Andre step aside? With DiBiase, step aside and let Andre go forward. He tried that before. He knows that he can't get the belt without being champion. Here we go. First round.
There we go. Hacksaw and DiBiase. Who do you like in this one, Kay?
DiBiase.
Yeah? Okay. She's a bad person. That's why she cheers for the heels.
DiBiase with a clean break. Surprise. That's exactly what I said. Hacksaw Jim Duggan will try to turn it into a brawl. Try to take it out and get a wrestling match. And it looks like that's what's happening.
And Eric Tate says Ted was never a face in WWF. Very true. Never a face.
In my heart, he's a face.
Put yourself on the.
Yeah.
He was a heel as a wrestler. He injured his back, had to retire. Very unfortunately, returned as a manager and was a piece of shit then, and would just buy the wrestlers he thought were going to win matches. DiBiase, one of my all-time favorites. In fact, when I was an independent manager for a short bit, I modeled my entire gimmick almost off of Ted DiBiase. That's how much I liked him. Just, rich prick who flaunts his wealth and the crowd hates him. Face in WCW, though, points out Eli Johnson. Trying to think when he was a face in WCW. He was a heel with the NWO, that's for sure. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just can't remember when he was a face in WCW. Ah, yes. Eli says manage the Steiner brothers. There you go. And man, while we're at it, they're not on this show, but the Steiner brothers, what a fucking team. What a team. You never knew what you were going to see from the two of them. I love that falling fist drop of DiBiase. Scott was so underrated. Yeah. Even at the time, we didn't know what we had with Scott Steiner. He could have been world title caliber in like 1993 or 94 for sure. And because of, according to him, because of politics and the so-called glass ceiling, had to wait until, 90, what? You tell me. 98, 99 to get into the world title scene. Finally did become world champion a time or two. And got his just desserts a couple years later. Scott Steiner, reliably entertaining. Whether you liked him or not, he was going to be entertaining.
What's the glass ceiling you're referring to?
Just the old guys and the young guys. Yeah. Eli says he's glad Steiner got his run towards the end of WCW. Yeah. He was one of WCW's major stars heading into their acquisition by the WWF. People like he, Booker T, Sting, and Flair, of course, who did not come across right at first. Billy Kidman had turned into a star. Of course, Rey Mysterio Jr. Just people like that. It was a weird time, the end of WCW. We'll talk about that someday on here. Andre the Giant grabs Hacksaw's foot. Knee to the kidney area. That may do it. Falling fist drop. Is that it? That's it.
How come they don't talk about
Okay.
what organs they're hitting? Oh.
Eli says WCW really had a glass ceiling, not pushing certain guys, including cruiserweights. Yeah, definitely. They'd still be around if they knew what they had. Yeah, you're goddamn right. But they just did the same old, which worked for several years. But then people got sick of seeing that. I mean, wrestling is all about cycling and recycling things. And, you know, if you put some of those mid-carders near the top, giving the top guys some time off, you'd see some improvement. You wouldn't see the ratings drop. That's what I believe. Yeah. Eric Bischoff talks about that quite a bit in the book Nitro by Guy Evans. Excellent book to pick up if you like WCW. Nitro by Guy Evans. It is available on Amazon. This is not a paid advertisement. It's just a great book. Or a book, rather.
Already given me my haircut. Brutus, look, take a look at this. Brutus, this is incredible. What a package. Where do you buy these clothes? Where do you get something like this? What is that? Fishnet? Oh, okay.
So as we see on the bracket here, where are we? Oh. Ted DiBiase beats Hacksaw Jim Duggan, advances to the quarterfinals, where he will face the winner of Don the Rock Morocco, taking on the world's strongest man, as he claimed, Dino Bravo. So two lower class guys getting to see who faces DiBiase in the semifinals. Thank you, Kay.
What's Mark Henry's thing? Wasn't he the world's strongest man or something?
That's what they called him, yeah.
But do you know?
I think they were telling me it was throat muscles or stomach muscles. Eli talking about Chris Benoit, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko. Yeah, definitely all those guys. And here is Dino Bravo, Canada's strongest man. Excuse me,
I see.
Dino Bravo.
Who's his manager? I love him.
I forgot his name. And now here comes Don the Rock Morocco, managed by superstar Billy Graham.
They will later give birth to their love child, Dude Love.
Well, Don Morocco's look was very much because of superstar Billy Graham. Jesse the Body Ventura's look was very much because of superstar Billy Graham. Hulk Hogan's look was very much because of superstar Billy Graham. He was quite a trendsetter in wrestling and does not get nearly the credit that he deserves for what he did for the sport.
Did Ric Flair not?
Frenchie Martin, Eli says.
Yeah.
Frenchie Martin. Thank you, Eli. Yeah, I could not remember his name. So another first round match. Kay, who do you like in this one?
Well, I'm going to go for Dino. What's his last name?
Bravo,
Bravo.
Canada's strongest man.
Yeah, only because he dies tragically, so I want him to have at least something good happen to him prior to dying.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
And Eli says Dino's Dark Side of the Ring episode was really good. Yes, it was very interesting.
That's how I've heard of him.
He was apparently involved, if you believe the stories, he was involved with the Canadian mafia, with some black market cigarette dealings and some other things going on. And some people just enough is never enough, you know? Maybe it's that thrill, you know? You get the thrill out of the ring. You don't have that thrill in life, and you go for it in crime. Who knows? That was an awful move by Morocco there. And right, Eli says cigarette dealings, supposedly. That's what I heard, yeah. Got gunned down in his own home. In his own home.
That is a reference no one is going to get.
Somebody will get that reference.
Francis definitely brought out the aggressiveness in him. Oh, look out! That was not his top inside suplex. That was a go. But it certainly did the job. Again, the Rock's looking out for help. Superstar Billy Graham.
He says, yeah, Eli says they still have no clue who did it. Yeah, unsolved mystery. Boom, 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 boom. Ding, 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 ding. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, what happened there? Let me explain that quick, Gorilla. I only put
So did no one get my in his own home reference? No one?
I did.
I'll give you a prize if you got it.
as long as I have, Gorilla. You know exactly how much. I just put my pinkies.
But there's no Googling. I give you 5 seconds to figure it out. Eli says, another awesome show if you have free time. Yeah. Dark Side of the Ring. I wouldn't watch them over us, folks, but I would definitely recommend watching Dark Side of the Ring. They are at times very depressing, a bit scary, but they're very informative.
At times, a bit depressing.
They're very depressing.
Oh my god, they're all so depressing.
Not all, just
There's like
most.
2 that aren't depressing.
A bit disturbing, but very informative. Shows you the parts of the wrestling business you were never meant to see. Very cool. Eric says, was Dino still with the WWF when he died? I'm not so sure. He was very close to just leaving or had already left. I'm not sure. Eli Johnson says, nah, Unsolved Mysteries. I don't think he was with WWF when he passed. Right, that's what I don't think. I think he was trying to make up for some of that WWF income by doing the alleged black market cigarette dealings. And if you're just joining us, we're watching WrestleMania IV. We are at 36 minutes and 44 seconds in. Dino Morocco really taking it to, Dino Bravo really taking it to Don Morocco here, really beating the shit out of him. And there's a backdrop. Both of these guys are so roided up they can barely do anything. This has to be the worst match of the tournament.
I don't want either of them to win. I've changed my mind. Is that possible?
No.
Double DQ.
Why not?
Ted DiBiase gets a bye because they're not very interesting or good.
Yep.
Oh no, he's taking out the ref. We can't have a winner.
Yeah, last night, I'm sorry about the show, folks. AEW Dynamite kept fucking up. What happened?
Dino Bravo just won. Let's see. All right, I was gonna say I think that he switched to 1.
Well, that was a whole bunch of nothing.
Mhm.
Just a bunch of nothing. But there's nowhere to go but up. That's the good news. And if you'll examine the handy chart, Ted DiBiase having already advanced, we have Don Morocco getting the disqualification win. He advances, and in the quarterfinals, we will see the $1 Million Man take on The Rock, Dean Morocco.
And we'll finally get to see Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant wrestle.
So we're down to 12 men.
Sorry, buddy boy. You guys told me last year. This year I got new contact. I know what I'm looking for this year. You didn't get me too good last year with Moolah. Not at all. Run me up a pair of shoes with. Come on, all you big deal battle white, right, baby? I think you're looking for battle white and all. I think you're looking for something else down here. You know what I'm talking about? I know what you guys are talking about.
Wait, I know what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about cock. I think he's calling him gay.
Oh, I thought he was talking about drugs.
One of the others.
Losing some locks a little while. In about, oh, I would say,
You ain't looking for Vanna down here. You're looking for something else, brother.
This is serious business, huh? We're talking about the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. We're talking about cutting somebody's hair. You're gonna get it from the sheep down the road. Get back to backstroke up to Mississippi. Back to you, Gorilla and Jess. I'm too happy, isn't
Is this the only time he worked for WWF?
No.
Hey, I'm watching this capacity crowd here for WrestleMania IV. Let's go back to the action.
Greg, the homophobe Valentine. Here he is.
He looks so much like a dog. You know, like
Looking,
some people just look like pugs, you know?
looking just like someone who walked out of a video lottery building at 2:30 in the morning. Greg Valentine. And his opponent, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I wonder who's going to win this one.
With a little dragon baby.
A little, yes, a draglet, as we call them.
Where's my at?
So on the other side of the bracket, we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat taking on the homophobe Greg Valentine, who looks like everyone's divorced aunt. The winner will face the Macho Man Randy Savage or the Hacksaw Butch Reed. So let's see who advances to the quarterfinals. Too dark.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat against the Hammer Valentine. Of course, the winner of this one, Jess, is the winner of the Macho Man Randy Savage and the Natural Butch Reed. It's going to be a classic confrontation here. You got two veteran wrestlers. One, I'd have to say Steamboat's the quicker of the two. But I'd have to say the Hammer's like a machine. Goes long distance. Hammer. Both former Intercontinental champions. That's right. That's right. You've done your homework, Gorilla. It's like to have the goal around the waist. These two guys also just are the type of guys who, if necessary, could wrestle for an hour and a half in order to win it. Definitely, but this is only a 15-minute affair. Beautiful arm drag. Did you see how deep Steamboat got underneath Valentine and took him over with that arm drag takedown? Excellence of execution.
Steamboat coming out with the head of steam, if you will, against Greg Valentine. Trump there, loving it. If you haven't noticed him, he's dead in the middle of the front row of the audience wearing a red and white striped tie.
Oh, I thought it was pink with like little specks on it. I think you're right. I have no idea.
And he could lose that today as well.
Just think, WrestleMania IV is part of what made him the man he is today. What do you have to say about that, Kay?
I think he was mostly already the man he was today at that point.
I don't think you can deny it. I think this has a lot of shaping. This explains a lot of the shaping that occurred between the Donald in 1998 and the President of the United States in 25.
Given the opportunity, well, you know,
And that's what good role models do. People like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. People like Bret Hart. People like Rock, Dean Morocco. They inspire you to become a better version of yourself. Because if they can get through the adversity, why the fuck can't you? And that's the beauty that we see in professional wrestling. And the beauty that led real estate magnate Trump to become double President Trump. And I like to think a lot of it is because of his experience in the WWF.
Is that how he got all his money? Was real estate, or he inherited it?
Real estate.
Huh.
His father gave him a loan
Mm.
and said, go out and do stuff. And then he bought up real estate. And then he kept black people out of his real estate. And then the court said, hey, look, you got to start putting black people in the real estate. And they closed the real estate and said, not if it's not there. And then he built more places in New York, and they went much better until he built the casino, as we're saying here, the Trump Casino in Atlantic City, built the Trump Taj Mahal, etc., declared bankruptcy, rebuilt, declared bankruptcy again, had the Trump Tower in New York, declared bankruptcy again, and eventually ran for the President of the United States of America and won.
And then ran and lost. And then ran and won again.
Ran and lost. A lot of people would debate that loss.
Those people are idiots.
Huh?
Those people are idiots.
Well, but that's their prerogative, and we really have no proof of all the numbers in that election.
I'm just saying, if elections are rigged, then why would he win this time? If they prevented him from winning last time?
Because if they made it rigged twice in a row, it would be far too obvious.
Mm.
And then he won his second election, despite two separate assassins coming after him. And unlike myself, who would cower in fear and quit immediately, stood up for his country and said, God has saved me to save the United States of America. And it all began here at WrestleMania IV, folks. So in this match with Greg Valentine and Ricky Steamboat, we are seeing history. There he is. We're seeing history in the making.
Do you think that Greg Valentine inspired his hair to not have to conform to society's norms of what hair should look like?
No, there's not a chance on earth he's cheering for Greg Valentine in this match.
I just meant the hairstyle. Maybe it was like, oh, that looks cool.
No.
No. Was Steamboat ever a heel?
Steamboat has never been a heel, to my knowledge.
Yeah. Because he never, like, we often have a who's never been a
He
heel
is
before.
the
and he's
ultimate
not gonna
baby
do that.
face. Steamboat is the ultimate baby face. Down to 12 men in the single elimination tournament. Greg the Hammer Valentine making a fool of himself. I think he's overmatched against the Dragon here. And if you've just joined us, we're at 49 minutes and 54 seconds into the show.
You're supposed to be unbiased. I get enough of that from this man.
So is this before he had his like dragon gear?
Who, Trump?
Yeah, Trump's famous dragon gear.
It is.
Hmm.
Come on, Ricky the Dragon.
Yeah, same thing, right?
It is, yes. Ricky the Dragon acquired his dragon gear, as you call it, around 1990, 1991, where he would wear airbrushed dragon scales onto his tights and would come out and blow fire out of his mouth. And he had dragon wings attached to his back as well.
I didn't know about the fire. I was talking about the wings.
Yeah. And then he went to WCW and did pretty much the same deal. Very successful both ways. People love the fire. People love the wings. He was already known as one of the best, if not the best wrestler in the world, but just couldn't quite get super over. And what did it? Fucking dragon wings and the fire. And people love bullshit like that.
They love spectacle.
They love spectacle. The Donald loving it. Watching in adoration as Steamboat heads to the top. What's he gonna do? Single axe handle drop. Valentine dead. Oh, boo.
A 1 count.
Both of these guys in trouble here.
What's happening there?
That should be a disqualification on Steamboat there. I think we should have Valentine advance to the next round.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say no. Because I don't like him and I love Ricky Steamboat. No.
To Greg Valentine
God,
has advanced.
It's your fault. I blame you. Do you need to see this or
Yes. There's Trump.
I think Ty called it.
He's having a great time. Smiling, laughing, talking. So here, Greg the Hammer advances. And again, he's going to face the winner of Randy Savage and Butch Reed right here. They will face in the quarterfinals of the tournament.
By the Islanders and Bobby the Weak, Bobby the Brave, didn't I beg your pardon? And it's I understand, Huckabee Bear, the pretty you had until the special training. What about it, Dynamite?
Right, me, Dave. Phil's been through some very vigorous training, special training, because he's been doing a lot of hard work. Isn't that right, Dave?
There's the Dynamite Kid before he was crippled, one of the best wrestlers ever.
In the world.
Weasel Dog, what are you talking about, Weasel Dog?
Weasel Dog. We're going to take Matilda weasel hunting. Go weasel eat.
Weasel hunting. Bobby, he did what about
Yeah, them motherfuckers run on drugs too.
I smell a weasel hunt, brother, and Matilda smell a weasel. That's right, Bobby. Get ready, brother. Because the
Maybe not Coco, but look at Davy Boy. You don't smile like that without drugs.
Matilda's going to be revenge for you against the auditors.
Where is he? Show him. Never afraid to show him. Eric Tate says Steamboat has never been booed. Now, I will say he had a feud with Ric Flair in the late 80s, and he had another feud with Ric Flair in the mid 90s, and he did get some boos there. Ric Flair, as you know, when he was in the NWA, he was a face no matter where he went. I mean, if he was supposed to be a heel, he was a face. If he was supposed to be the face, he was a face. He was so good at being a heel, he became a face. So, depending on what the crowd felt like that night, Steamboat might be the heel. So I would correct that, and just say Steamboat never booed against anyone but Ric Flair.
That's Miss Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. So I've got the natural Butch Reed, who would in the future become one of the WCW World Tag Team Champions with Ron Simmons. And he's taking on former Intercontinental Champion, Macho Man Randy Savage, who just a year before this show had WrestleMania's best match of all time to this point, as he faced Ricky Steamboat for the Intercontinental title. And as we said, the winner of this gets Greg the homophobe Valentine.
He has quality capes, you know, more like robes, I guess. Are they more like than capes?
He's very regal.
Yeah,
He's very regal. He knows how to make an entrance. One of my very first favorite wrestlers, no doubt.
What ability, high flyer, he does it all. Well, don't give him all the credit yet. He's facing a real tough customer in the natural Butch Reed. If you get down to muscle, I think Reed's the stronger of the two. I think Macho Man's definitely going to have to use his aerial tactics if he's going to indeed be successful. No question, there's a power.
What did he have besides the elbow drop for their aerial tactics?
That's about it.
Oh, that's.
I think he might have had a flying, rolling knee drop type thing. But that's about it. And then Butch Reed, no aerial tactics of which to speak.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Elizabeth will be there if you need her. You can depend on it. I would trust the switch there as far as I can throw him across the street. You wouldn't buy a car from Slick?
I have not seen Butch Reed wrestle before. He is called Hacksaw, but has no weapon. So that was a little bit surprising. Okay, so we'll be right.
Corner Savage, cut the rib off on him, and use power stuff on him. Next over with a nice step there as we look over the shoulder of Elizabeth. Macho Man caught that one right above the eye. Right. So far, it's a good game plan by Slick and the natural Butch Reed.
So those of you that are familiar with Butch Reed, he's obviously not a high flyer. What he just got like a general brawling style? I don't know what you would call it. Feel free to let me know if you've seen him wrestle before.
Big body up there. See the difference in the power. Macho Man went for the suplex.
Ripley, move your popping. There you go.
Elbow drop and a beauty by the natural. 2 count up to go. As referee Joe Brown was right there at the switch there, giving all kinds of what for the referee. That's Smart's job out there. Every match so far. So far, Farjess in the quarterfinals, 2 matches set. Huckster taking on the big guy, Andre. Right. And of course, DiBiase, the Rock. That's right. The winner of this match will be Greg the Hammer.
Ripley, come here. Bring that. Yeah, get off Daddy's porch. Bring it. Sorry, our dog was about to pull Ace's thing over.
So we've seen that first upset. guys will be pulling out all the stops. You can bet on that one. You know, whoever wins this thing, Gorilla, can you
He's very thick. Butches like in the chest.
4 times? I mean, it's tough enough to wrestle 1 time.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they did this tournament all in one night, just because for most of them they're going to have to wrestle like 1, 2, 3, 4 times to be in the finals. Well, unless you're Hogan or Andre.
This shot right to the pitcher. Macho Man is not very well. You know what else could be a big key is the man who can stay.
I guess the 4th time is the final, right? Yeah.
After he did, Macho Man took advantage of it. He's turned the tables. Tide is turned, but Reed turns it around, follows the elbow, and misses the mark. Once again, he got turned around. Well, the Natural's using his weight well in this match.
So they're calling him the Natural. Was he the Natural or the Hacksaw or both? Or was this not Hacksaw?
He's still trying to
They keep calling him the Natural. Was he also the Natural in addition to like Dustin Rhodes?
Yes, what was it before this night?
Yeah. He's pretty good. Oh, we have a winner.
The Macho Man gets the win.
Yep.
And Savage pins Reed after the flying elbow drop.
I kept calling him Hacksaw. This is not Hacksaw.
Isn't Hacksaw? Hacksaw Butch Reed?
Oh, but then why is he called the Natural
I
also?
swear he's called Hacksaw Butch Reed.
I don't know if they said that.
I swear I'm right.
I believe you.
Maybe that was elsewhere.
Ready for the board?
Huh?
You ready for the board?
Yes. So here, Greg, the lesbian aunt Valentine, is in. Thank you. Is in the second round, the quarterfinals, and Randy Savage earned the win over what we'll call him, the Natural Butch Reed. Savage in the quarterfinals against Valentine. So who we got? Valentine, Savage, and then the bottom half of this one, we got Bam Bam Bigelow, the One Man Gang, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Rick Rude on this side of the bracket left. Now let's see the other side of the bracket as we're going. I don't think we've seen as much action on this side.
Oh, this one? We're seeing more action.
Oh. We've got Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant still with the bye. They face each other in the quarterfinals. I got $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase beat Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and DiBiase is in the quarterfinals. And of course, Don Morocco beat Dino Bravo and Morocco in the quarterfinals. So we got Morocco versus DiBiase, Andre versus Hogan, and then the other side, which is what now?
Valentine versus Savage.
Valentine versus Savage. And the fourth quarterfinal to be set. We're down to 10 men in our 14-man tournament. One of them will become the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Back to you, Gorilla and Jeff. Well, obviously,
Eli says, I think they called Butch the Natural. Eli says Slick was pissed. And Eli said, I think Reed was called Hacksaw elsewhere. Yeah, I think it was elsewhere. Eric Tate said Hacksaw Hacksaw name was the NWA. I believe that's right. Thank you for keeping us straight as always. Any predictions, Kay? Who have we got?
I don't know who we have yet.
We got Bam Bam Bigelow,
I'm picking Bam Bam.
accompanied by Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
I see.
There he is.
Oh my god.
And he's fighting One Man Gang,
Okay.
accompanied by Slick.
I like Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm for him. Who are you for?
I already know what happens.
Yeah, but you can still say who you would be for as a kid watching this.
Who I would be for?
Yeah. When you were a little child, Asa.
When I was a child, definitely Bam Bam Bigelow.
Because of the flames or just because of his awesomeness?
Because of his awesomeness and the flames, but mostly his awesomeness. He's a very agile, big dude.
Mm-hmm. That's one of your favorite things, I think, in wrestling, isn't it?
It is. I enjoy it.
But the fortunate thing for Slickster is he's got double.
I've never seen One Man Gang before, have I?
In some form, I'm sure you have, yes.
Doesn't look very familiar.
Been around forever, wrestling NWA, WCW, WWF, ECW. He wrestled New Dimension Wrestling, where I was a manager. He's wrestled every goddamn where.
Mm-hmm.
Be that little referee having to try to contain these two.
So we're both for Bam Bam. Who's your prediction? Bam Bam?
Yes. Yeah, I predict Bam Bam because I've never heard of the other guy. It's not always a good system to go by, but that's what I'm going with. So things I know about Bam Bam Bigelow, he is also from New Jersey.
Asbury Park.
Yeah. And DDP is the one who suggested that he become a wrestler and sparks the idea that we all benefited from.
Eli says Bam Bam was underrated in '88. Goddamn right he was. Eventually, he made it to ECW where they saw his value, and he was really booked as something in the mid to late '90s. And God, Eli reminding us One Man Gang is a former United States champion. Yes, he is. And Bam Bam again saying he's from Asbury Park, thus his finisher is called the Greetings from Asbury Park. Bam Bam very proud of his New Jersey heritage.
No.
With the kids out until the fucking the street lights came on, and over there at the fucking merry-go-rounds, and they're having a good time, and we're over back in the pool, and we're smoking macanudos, and we're listening to Springsteen on the box, and then the lights come on, and we say, kids, it's time to come home, we're gonna have sloppy joes, and that's my house, me, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Okay, now can you do your New York accent so I can hear the difference?
Nope.
Are they the same?
Nope. Eli said, I got DDP's book, but haven't read it yet. Is it the one called Positively Page, Eli?
What happened? Count out? What is this? Disqualification? Perhaps a count out.
Yeah. Yes, it's signed. One Man Gang.
What? What a confusing end to this match.
Yep. Do you think?
Yeah, I was just confused. Okay.
It has been very difficult for me to introduce this man without using World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan here at WrestleMania IV this afternoon. You've got the opportunity to change things.
Oh, maybe don't do it yet. Here's the classic promo, y'all.
1 long year, and your time has come, man. No marks, no scars, no blemishes on the Hulkster, brother. But inside, man, I've been scarred for 1 long year. Everywhere I go, man, all the Hulkster ask me, is there any truth to the fact that there was a controversial count? Hulkster, did
Yeah.
did you really beat the Giants?
Yeah.
WrestleMania 4, we're gonna wipe all that controversy out. Andre the Giant in the 2nd round. When you're fresh as a daisy with the whole world watching, I'm gonna prove, brother, that I can beat you anywhere, anytime. And all my Hulkamaniacs, they're gonna feel it too.
Speaking of the Hulkamaniacs, Hulk Hogan, we have seen him here in Atlantic City, and I know millions others are watching very intently all around you.
But if you open your eyes, man, have you seen the fear in all those little Hulksters? They realize that when I get Andre the Giant cinched up in the launch position, when I slam him through the Trump Plaza, brother, from New York down to Tampa, Florida, the fault line is gonna break off. And as Andre the Giant falls into the ocean, as my next 2 opponents fall to the ocean floor and I get them, so will Donald Trump and all the Hulkamaniacs. But as Donald Trump hangs on to the top of the Trump Plaza with his family under his other arm, as they sink to the bottom of the sea, thank God Donald Trump, a Hulkamaniac, don't know enough to let go of his materialistic possessions. Hang on to the wives and kids. Dog paddle with his life all the way to safety.
Oh my God, this man is insane.
Get all those little maniacs run out of gas. Just
Don't do cocaine. There he goes. Backstroke.
Wait, so
Jesus.
or something happening to change? Oh, okay.
So Eli says, yes, his book is signed. Yeah, read it. Positively page. It's a great book. Definitely check it out. Highly recommended. Eli Johnson says, the Hulkster. Man, after that, what more can you say? The Hulksters go down to the watery depths, and so does Trump and his family. But the Trump's a Hulkster, so he lets go of his material possessions and comes back down and then grabs the Hulkster and swims to safety. I don't know what happened. So here we go. Continuing on with the tournament. We have the one-man gang gets the win over Bam Bam Bigelow. And in our next tournament match, we're going to see Jake the Snake Roberts take on former Intercontinental Champion Ravishing Rick Rude. Well, he wasn't former at this point. He was future Intercontinental Champion Ravishing Rick Rude. So this, to me, this is the dark horse of the tournament, you know? You never know who could sneak through to the final from that match. Thank you, Kay. And here's the Ravishing One himself.
Truth. Mm-hmm.
That's all no look.
You should have time check too.
And if you're just joining us as Ric Flair disrobes,
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude disrobes, we're at 1 hour, 13 minutes, 48 seconds in.
It's way better when Rick Rude derobes than Ric Flair.
Yes.
Oh my God. What is that?
He's got a woman's mouth spray painted directly on his asshole.
I normally really like his tights. I do not like those. They're funny as fuck, though. So if you were a kid, you were going for Roberts, you think, when you were a
Hell
kid?
yeah.
I said that.
I didn't care about Rick Rude.
I'm for Rick Rude.
As a kid, Rick Rude, get real. The fuck do I care? Trying to go after some 30-year-old granny pussy? It's gross.
What? Rick,
You asked me as a kid.
what does Rick Rude have
Rick
to do
Rude's
with-
trying to go after all the third
Oh,
granny pussy.
I'm just sorry. That was
As a kid, that's what I saw.
Oh.
That's gross.
I just like when he has the airbrushed pictures of the opponents and like, or like their women on his tights, you know, and then his face and stuff.
Maybe if it were Rick Rude and someone else, I would have been for Rude. Like nowadays, I would be for Rude.
Mhm.
Definitely. Probably. But back then, no, I was for Jake the Snake. But Rick Rude, probably the most underrated wrestler in the history of the sport, I think.
Classic confrontation. Oh, and ravishing Rick Rude ain't gonna like that with the pretty face he has.
Just such a good heel, so powerful. He doesn't have to sell for people the way that he does, but he does it because that's the way it works. You know, you do you do the right things, and it works for both of you. And a lot of guys don't get that in the business, and those are the people that usually fail, unless you're Hulk Hogan.
Beautiful slam.
And Eli says he and Kurt Hennig. Yeah, I would put Kurt Hennig like right at number 2 behind Rick Rude as most underrated.
What Rude's got to do in this match is not get preoccupied with Jake.
Jake Roberts whipping his ass, slamming him all around to begin with.
Look how smart Rude is here.
Or like as muscular as his shoulders and like pecs are, he has such a narrow waist. Like it's very unusual.
Like a snake.
I was talking about Rick Rude.
Like a snake.
No, snakes don't have big shoulders. That is butt is so weird. So Eli says, I hated Hennig as a kid, but I have learned to appreciate him more over the years.
Oh, I loved him as a kid. Mr. Perfect, are you kidding me? And he proved it too. I mean, he seemed cocky, but then he's throwing footballs to himself downfield and throwing in, behind the back basketball shots and throwing towels to himself, and he proved it. And he was awesome in the ring. Yeah, I was all behind Mr. Perfect as a kid. One of the first heels I liked.
What does throwing towels to himself mean?
He would throw a towel like behind his back and then catch it.
Oh.
Eli Johnson says, sad, I didn't realize how good he really was. That is sad. That's why we can't be blinded by our biases, people. We gotta, if you care about this kind of stuff, you gotta take a look at who's doing what they're supposed to, and how well do they do it. And how much does it work for them? How much does it work for the other guy?
Mm-hmm.
Pointing something out to a referee. Look at the pain on the kisser, gratitude break.
Or hit his bubble gum, as Eli says. Yeah, he should spit his gum out and then, bam, hit it into the audience. Eli says him throwing the pencil in the air and catching it was low-key fantastic.
So all of the things that you guys love about him doesn't have anything to do with wrestling.
No, it had something to do with wrestling. It's just all the other stuff.
Just making its character more out. Are you trying to do the thing?
I'm trying to do the thing. I lost my pen.
Here, I have a pencil you can throw.
There it is.
Okay. Oh. Rick Rude playing it smart. Bobby the Brain. Wrapping him in a protective hug.
It's harder than it looks.
I don't even know what you're just trying to catch the pen?
I'm just trying to catch the pen.
Really
He did.
God, that pen tossing.
He did it more nonchalantly. Asa. Yeah, you think? You think?
Last mode of the first round. West, undisputed, Pro Wrestling Federation champion.
Not to keep talking about Rick Rude, but I'm going to. He looks like a fucking action figure.
She's in love with Rick Rude.
No.
Yes, you are.
No, I love Rick Rude, but I'm not in love with Rick Rude.
She's in love with Rick Rude.
No, he is not the kind of guy I'm into at all in any way. But I can recognize that society would recognize him as handsome. And I love a good mullet.
Rick
Yeah.
Rude wants Rick Rude's baby. Let the mullet slide out of the birth canal.
God, stop.
Loves Rick Rude, wants Rick Rude's baby. She doesn't even care how.
That's disgusting. Although we would have beautiful mullet babies because I had a mullet pretty much from the time I was born through the beginning of 7th grade, I think. My mom had no idea how to do hair, so she just gave my sister and I mullets because then she didn't have to do anything with them.
Doesn't like Jake the Snake. She'd throw him in a dumpster like 1,000 dumpster babies past. She doesn't like Jake the Snake. If she saw him in the street, she'd give a big kick to his ass. Jake the Snake.
See what I look like? I like Jake the Snake. I don't love that he has a snake, but I like Jake the Snake.
Loves his snake. It's squirmy and wiggly, and the way it's so slimy, it makes her so giggly.
Snakes aren't slimy.
Jake the Snake with it wriggling around. Gonna take you downtown. Gonna take you
Oh,
downtown.
look, we have some comments.
You gotta catch it facing the paper too. I can't do it, Eli. Yeah, I can't do it. She wants her face on his tights. I think she does. I think she does. I would put it on my tights, but alas, I have none.
Are there still airbrushers in the mall? Could we like bring them a pair of tights and be like, hey, you want to, I have a penny. Do you want a penny? They're not that. I'm fucking Asa about something else. Asa, here. Ripley, come here. What do you think has been the best match of the tournament so far?
This one?
Yeah, I think so too.
No doubt.
Here, I have a pile. Oh, you didn't scratch this.
I'm sure both of these guys are well aware that this is just here in this first round of this it's close on the machine. Could be all over here.
Eric Tate saying, I did not like WWE Peacock cut out Rude's music. Yeah, unfortunately, that seems to be the case with a lot of wrestlers' entrance songs, at least according to Asa, because I've never heard them before.
Yep.
But they just replace it with like generic sounding crap.
Still with the reverse chip on Travis Road, his quest to move on at the special elimination tournament. Decide once and for all. Who indeed will be the world wrestling undisputed by that federation. Definitely. You know, Gorilla, I know right where Bama's at, and I just can't say my root left. Oh, come on. Please. Well, she did this. That's not. Oh, look at this. Whoa.
Where's Jake the Snake from?
Stone Mountain, Georgia. Oh, there's nothing.
No, you can scratch that if you can win.
All right, 8 times 0 equals 0.
Let's see. Does that number match your numbers? But it doesn't.
Yeah, this is the first match in the tournament we've seen that's gotten any time here. Yeah, Peacock cut out a lot of the music, especially WCW and stuff. Now there are certain people on eBay who will be able to point you the way or sell you the way to copies of things with the real music in them. But of course, I would never, ever encourage you to do something illegal. But that address is ebay.com. The one you should stay away from, where the people sell the wrestling things with the real music. Eli, I wonder if it's on the anthology. I don't know. And Eli says he invented his finishing move, the DDT. Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's true. I used to think that.
I was gonna say I think that too, but I think that's probably because you told me.
Yeah, a Mexican wrestler named Black Gordman created the DDT. Now, Rick Rude was the one to popularize it in America.
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake, thank you. Jake the Snake was the one to popularize it in America, but Black Gordman, a Mexican wrestler, he created the move.
You're not allowed to do that, are you?
Eli says, from my understand it is. I've heard it more as I've grown up. Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. That's what everyone used to say. Yeah, it was he invented it. Yeah. I didn't know that until 2 years ago, probably.
I think you've been hanging out with McMahon too much lately.
But Roberts is definitely the one who popularized it. Yeah, people love the fucking DDT.
I love good DDT.
I've actually got a match here going in our tournament. There's a jawbreaker by Jake the Snake.
Yeah, this has been excellent.
You enjoying the show, Kay?
Mhm.
He's taking the Dustin Rhodes punches to him. Jake the Snake had great punches. Great everything until he let himself go. Very sad story.
I haven't heard.
That's what you call the Rainmaker, Okada.
Have you heard any updates on how he's doing, Jake the Snake?
Don't want to see it.
And Eli says, was this before or after the honky guitar shot? I don't remember.
To which one of them?
To Jake the Snake.
Why did he get like hurt or something? with it?
Eli says, I'm thinking after.
Eli, you should tell me about that. Because I don't know what you're talking about. That ref was slow to get to the mat to do that count.
Whichever one should become victorious, if either one does, this match is taking a whole lot of. Clothesline each other.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
matches.
basically. Oh, here's your.
Oh.
Eli says Honky didn't take out the innards of the guitar and got Jake addicted to painkillers and drugs. That's the long and short of it, right? He hit him with a real guitar, not just two pieces of wood.
And he knew that it was a real guitar?
Unless he was a fucking idiot,
Yeah.
And then so all that shit, all that shit inside got stuck in him. And he said his wife was picking out fiberglass and whatever for weeks. And it got him addicted to pain pills, and his mental, faculties went. He had a concussion. And that was really the beginning of Jake the Snake's downfall, all because of the fucking honky tonk man.
That's really sad. What?
We had a time limit draw. Both men are eliminated.
So does that mean one man gang gets a bye?
That is correct.
That's some bullshit.
One man gang gets a bye. That could be extremely important,
Oh, Eric says it was in 87. And Eli says, yeah, he supposedly did it on purpose, but that's one story. He claims he did. Jake claims he didn't. Interesting.
Huh.
All right, I thank you.
So what?
They got their own bracket. Don't look at that one. We have our own bracket. It's coming up right now.
Wrestling Federation champion will be crowned by the end of this day. I want to bring in, and I'm everybody, including myself, and Bob Uecker have been waiting to meet this young.
You know how fancy theirs is.
My fancier.
World. Please welcome Wheel of Fortune's beautiful, vivacious Vanna White, darling. Welcome to WrestleMania IV. Vanna, isn't it exciting?
It is exciting. I'm having a great time.
All right, let's talk. By the way, I'm going to mention Bob Uecker.
She does not sound like she's having a great time.
I'm having a great time.
Who?
Oh, he's going to love that. I thank you very much, Vanna White. Love you. Very good. Here we go. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, as you know, Vanna, receiving a bye. This round, they're going to stick it off in round number 2 because of what happened on February the 5th. Who do you like in this one?
All right, here we go. We've got
He's terrific.
Jake the Snake had his match with Rick Rude. Very good match, but a time limit draw, and therefore we have a bye in the quarterfinals. One Man Gang gets that bye. One Man Gang is in the semifinals by himself. And to see who will face him, we have Greg the Hammer Valentine and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Let's see the other side of the bracket.
Surprise here, Greg the Hammer Valentine advancing. He's going to be going against the Macho Man Randy Savage. Quickly, Vanna.
See, we're doing it quicker than they are. In the quarterfinals, we have Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, 2 of the last 3 men to hold the world title. They got buys. We also have $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, the technical last man to hold the belt, taking on The Rock Don Morocco. And of course, the 2 winners face each other in the semifinals, where we do know One Man Gang waits for someone.
Did you love that, Gorilla?
So they're taking a break from the tournament?
Yes. Ultimate Warrior versus Hercules.
I think I need to see more Ultimate Warrior because I don't really
Look,
get him. Yeah, I'm going to. You're not gonna delete that and then that person.
Now, how can you tell? I can tell from my vantage point, yeah. On your own course, Big G, with those Coke bottle glasses you could tell. Yes. And I was saying, Big G, that
Thank you, Eli.
just
He said, "Cover your eyes, Kay. Ignore their bracket. Yours is better."
Station route all
Lola Vanna is a babe. I left that part out.
and Andre, DiBiase and The Rock, Valentine and Savage in the game with the bomb.
So now we got the Ultimate Warrior, future Intercontinental and future World Champion, taking on the mighty Hercules.
Straight clutch match right here. These two guys.
I'm sure this is going to be a wrestling exhibition. Kay says she does not get the Ultimate Warrior love.
I mean, he looks awesome. But I think all the matches I've seen of him is kind of like past his prime.
Not this.
Well, yeah, so I'm watching it.
You saw him versus Hogan.
Yeah, you said that was a bad match.
No, I said Hogan versus Warrior Halloween Havoc 98 was a bad match.
Oh, which other one did I see?
WrestleMania 6.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Go down with a half a game fight from it. These guys both ball. I was all exactly.
Yeah, you guys see Warrior like 1989 through like 92
Mm-hmm.
to really get it.
Why does the Warrior wear those tassels?
I mean, I figure there must be something because people like love him.
Yes. I loved him. I still love him.
One of my coworkers, anytime I talk about wrestling, he talks to me about Ultimate
The
Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior! That's Vince McMahon. What's that?
That is not a very big man for someone to go by the name Hercules.
Well, he's just big in the arms and the neck muscles and all that stuff.
Not when he's standing next to Ultimate Warrior.
Huh?
I said, not when he's standing next to the Ultimate Warrior.
The muscles.
Hey, Ultimate Warrior is more
He's
muscular.
strong. He comes out with a chain. Like, he could break the chain. He's strong. Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
we've established he is strong.
He's a strong man. And he's managed by Bobby the Brain. So you've got strength and brains.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a combination.
Well, and at least according to the Disney version, Hercules was not big and was strong at the beginning of that movie.
No, that's something different.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a different Hercules story.
Yes, that's a different
Oh.
thing. Yeah. This is Hercules Hernandez.
Oh, not named after the Greek demigod.
Well, named after it, but it's not. He's not a god. His name is Hercules Hernandez.
Surprised he didn't knock him out. Oh, look at this. Hercules took all those shots to the head, still had enough presence of mind.
Yeah, this is when the Ultimate Warrior would still like sell and shit.
That's dedication.
The Ultimate Warrior you want is the running back and forth like he's made of cocaine, not selling and just throwing arms everywhere. Ultimate Warrior, that's what you want.
No question about that. At this particular point in time, no.
Why do I want him not to sell?
This is more fun.
Oh.
Yeah, he got the fingers locked. If he does, it's over. This could be submission time. Oh, I didn't get the fingers locked. Yeah, I see that, Gorilla. Oh, he's won it. But the Warrior got his shoulder off, I think. Probably congratulating him. Oh, the referee told him to.
Wait, I don't understand.
He got his shoulder up right at the last split second. And I was like, oh, look out.
Where you got the pin.
I thought he just kicked out of the pin he was in.
Chain around the neck.
That's why I don't understand how he won.
What do you think about that? 2 bones, 2.5.
Too. Because I'm confused.
What's been your favorite match on the show so far?
Record and the other guy that was in the ring.
Jake the Snake?
Jake the Snake, thank you.
By far.
Yeah, by far. This was nothing. It's like, what, like a minute and a half? How long was that?
Now we got Hulkster and Andre. The first match of the quarterfinals coming up.
Mhm.
This is a big one.
Yep. If you are just joining us, we are at 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 35 seconds.
Is that OJ Simpson? Oh, it's Sugar Ray Leonard.
Do you know what O.J. Simpson looks like?
Former world boxing champion from North Carolina. Sugar Ray. So here's what led to the whole tournament now.
I'd like to thank you for recognizing in my book the real champion, a superstar all over the world. That's all. For one reason, who challenged you for a world championship match. Hey, please, no, it's not happening. We're friends, Andre, please. You can't believe it? Maybe you'll believe this, Hogan. And look at the state of the face of Andre. What's Hogan saying to him?
God, his poor mom. Look at the size of Andre's head.
Shove the Andre and the champion retaliates. Oh, big right hand, blocked by the champion. And the Hulkster unloaded. Good for a slam. Oh, he almost got him off. He comes. 1, 2.
Someone's preemptively throwing garbage in the ring. What's up with that?
2 count only. That was close. Shoulder was up. Oh, was it close? Andre thinks he won it. So then Hogan is hurt. I'm going to buy the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. That's right, baby. It's going to be mine. Lock, stock, and barrel. On behalf of all the Hulksters and myself, I'm going to have to tell the $1 Billion Man. Hell no.
Oh my God.
It's so like easy to see the appeal of Hulk Hogan to children, you know?
Hey,
He
it's just,
seems like a fun guy, yeah.
yeah.
Will you deliver to me the $1 Million Man, the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight title? You're still the DXT, I want to tell you what.
Damn.
Sorry.
Eli, keep up with your studies. We'll be here. We'll be here doing something tomorrow.
Yeah, we're for Eric Tate's birthday. We're doing
Eric
the
Tate's birthday. We're doing a watch along of a WWF Primetime Wrestling episode at 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
So be there for that. You don't have class on Saturday, I hope.
Plus, I'll be on spring break at that point, so I'll be super excited.
It'll be Christmas too.
Yeah, Christmas too. Cool. See you tomorrow, Eli. Have a good night. Good luck with your work. It's so interesting that they put them against each other right away, so you don't have that like suspense.
All roads lead to the gold.
All right.
Match coming up could be well
Oh.
significant over who's going to get that gold. We're mere moments away from Atlantic City, from Andre the Giant facing face to face the Hulkster. First,
What?
let's go down to the ring.
What?
What were you saying?
I was saying it's so odd that they had them face each other right away instead of having them on separate sides of the bracket, potentially like leading to each other, you know?
Mhm.
Largest professional athlete.
You want to know who I think's going to win?
Don't you know who wins?
No.
Oh, who do you think's going to win?
I think Hulk Hogan's going to win this match because I think Andre the Giant might not be in shape to wrestle 3 matches in one night. Yeah, I don't know who wins any of these.
Really?
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win the championship?
This is a single elimination tournament.
I think Hulk Hogan's going to win.
That's one thing. When you start bringing 2 or 3 people down the ringside with you, I don't know. That's a little better than edge as far as I'm concerned. Well, you got to look at it like this. Remember, DiBiase is there for Andre.
If you, when you were a child, would you be out of all these 16 men? Would you be for Hulk Hogan over everyone else?
14 men.
Oh, 14. I'm sorry.
And yes, no doubt. Yes.
Stepping right over that top rope, that awesome figure. He looks like about 5 1/4. Got to be, got to be. Andre the Giant. Look at the look of determination. You know, he's not letting the fans bother him. He's just on a mission right now.
All right, so here we have our first quarterfinal match. We have the Hulkster himself, former 2-time world champion, taking. Oh wait, no, excuse me. Former world champion at this point, taking on Andre the Giant, also a former 1-time world champion.
God, that person just like grabbed his armpit and tried to like grab his shirt.
That's what they
What is
do.
wrong with people?
What they do. People are fetishists.
I would once again like to remind everyone, if you would like to see Hulk Hogan in a terrible Christmas movie, I would really suggest Santa with Muscles, where not only does he get amnesia and think that he's Santa, but he also has hair, which is very strange to see. Asa and I are fans of terrible movies, and this is a terrible movie. And also, I don't know if we would say we were fans of this terrible movie, though.
Andre looks awesome.
Ed Begley Jr. is also in it.
With that big
There's like an evil scientist.
kiss him with a headbutt.
I was talking about Santa with Muscles. Would you say that it is a terrible movie that's so terrible it loops around to good, or it's
Nope.
just a terrible movie?
Just terrible.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Just awful.
He is a shockingly bad actor.
Very bad. And that at least.
Yeah.
I'm like a woman. I feel like I'm dying.
You feel warm. You're cold?
I feel like I'm dying.
Because you're so cold? I don't like when people get tied up in the ropes. It makes me so nervous.
Why?
Because of for McFoley on his ear. Like sometimes you can tell, like, yeah, they did that intentionally, but sometimes it's like, oh no.
And folks, if you're just joining us, we're at 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 8 seconds. Donald Trump, loving it in the front row. Loving the Hulkster.
Andre caught him, though, and went to an immediate chokehold. Reached right around and grabbed him by the throat. Oh, look at this. Right in front of him. Yeah, but if he's got the count of 5 to break it, he can choke to 4. That's totally illegal. Don't want to get disqualified here. If you do your history.
Can I feel your head if you're freezing but you don't feel cold? No, your head's like cool and clammy.
Remember something.
You want some tea?
Yeah, bracket or something.
There, you can have this blanket. Is your heater still on?
There's a time. Oh, there's another choke. Referee laying the count out. Andre breaks about 4. Smart. 4 breaks 4. First and another choke. So often trophies into the trophies is people hope that you can see the referee jumping around and get close and take a look at him. The Hulkster's got to get to his feet here to eliminate some of the punishment. You know, the good thing for Andre is his hands are so big. All he's got to do is shift the ball around the corner.
And I knew I was stuck out of bad shape.
Very exciting match here with a lot of rest holds. A lot of nerve pinches applied by Andre the Giant, who by all accounts could hardly walk and couldn't wrestle at this point.
That's all the rest holds.
Really? The former champion wants to go back. He said he's going to slam him, Jess.
That was very Hulk Hogan-y chair shot to Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
Still couldn't walk the Giant for 2. And the ruler should disqualify Hogan. Oh, he tripped again as Andre tried to load the move on the hop. We're going to have a go here very shortly.
Double disqualification.
Shut up.
Oh, still got it.
What? Who's going to win this friggin' tournament then?
Update the big board.
I'm shocked. So they're not reversing this decision. I'm riding by. Okay.
Hogan, release suplex on Virgil on the concrete.
I was wondering how they're going to do so many matches in one night. It's because they're not. Do you want me to show it or just no because it says bye?
Hogan slams Andre. Hogan slams Andre. So as you see here, Hulk Hogan. Andre the Giant. Double disqualification. We get a bye. We get a bye. So down here we have Ted DiBiase. Where am I? Where am I? We have Ted DiBiase facing off against Don Morocco. Show the part. Don Morocco. So the winner of DiBiase. No, the winner of DiBiase and Morocco
We'll face no one.
gets the win. And then we'll get a bye into the final round, the championship match. So it comes down to DiBiase and Morocco for a spot in the championship match. Elizabeth.
Surprises. I cannot believe that one of those two men did not advance, but that's the way it comes down, Macho Man. You, Elizabeth, and myself have been watching your thoughts.
Hulk Hogan is a cheated man, not a defeated man. Yeah, Hulk Hogan has never been defeated. Not by me, not by you, not by Andre the Giant, not by Ted DiBiase, you understand?
All right, now there is more to come. You have advanced, quite obviously, Macho Man Randy Savage. Speculate, if you will, for us on your chances. Great to hammer Valentine up in round 2.
I've had the blessings of the media all along. I'm figuring and thinking that nothing's going to stop the Macho Man Randy Savage now. Madness, yeah, the madness with that momentum, multiplied with the momentum of, Hulkamania. Nothing is going to stop one here for the mega powers from going all the way to the end. Championship, yeah, I want to take it all, yeah. I'm going to take it all. Elizabeth, am I going to take it all or what?
What about it, Elizabeth?
I believe he is.
I'll tell you what, you keep smiling. That's going to be a great inspiration to the Macho Man Randy Savage as he advances in the championship elimination tournament here at WrestleMania IV. Look, Jesse, let's get back to you.
Yeah, we've got Don the Rock Morocco versus the Macho Man Randy Savage here. What did I say? The Macho Man? I meant Ted DiBiase, if that's not who I said. Don Morocco versus Ted DiBiase.
Now, unfortunately, though, just now, he has to provide the services of virtue.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, it's got to be the master plan from the master man, everybody.
Oh, it's Morocco not waiting for anything. Scoops up these belts by the hair. I believe the bell is gone.
That match should not have started.
Oh, Virgil, but he can speak his by his actions.
That's the real incompetency on the part of the referee. He didn't give DiBiase a fair shake.
All's fair enough for him.
You remember that later on.
Okay. What would you know? A little bit of an edge here now from Morocco as he's got superstar outside. And the $1 million man has no one.
$1 million man is in trouble. He's in trouble early. The Rock, Don Morocco, looking to go to the finals. If he can defeat Ted DiBiase.
As he looked that way, he's going to reach back there.
Eric says, I just read the first Sunday night's main event is in May. Yeah, I just saw that. May something. I didn't see where.
You know, I'll tell you something else. Morocco's got another advantage. Superstar Billy Graham in his corner. It's not one of the Bobby.
Hopefully it's better than the other ones, or I will just be watching Collision, which we're doing a watch along of this Saturday at 7:55 p.m. AEW Collision right here on No Bones Without Wrestling.
No bones about wrestling.
No Bones About Wrestling.
This should be, I mean, this is the go home show for Revolution. I know it's not the go home Dynamite, but should be a pretty good collision. Asa sporting his hologram shirt.
Well, we were supposed to do a Revolution prediction show tonight. It got it was out of our hands. It got canceled. We will be doing a Revolution prediction show before the show Sunday. I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow, if it's going to happen Saturday, if it's going to happen Sunday, early morning, early afternoon. But it is going to happen. So just stay tuned, and as soon as we figure out a date for the Revolution preview prediction show, I will let you know.
Or you can click subscribe and turn on your notifications, and it'll let you know when we go live.
And then you're never gonna miss shit.
Ripley, get off of that. Come here.
So how impressed are you with WrestleMania 4 so far?
Mildly. I like the idea of this tournament. I think the execution has been a little lackluster. So far, I still think the best match was Rick Rude and Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
By like leaps and bounds.
Yes.
It was like 4 buys in your tournament. Don't care for that.
The Donald still there, front and center, loving the action. Who do you think he's for in this match?
Ted DiBiase, are you kidding? God, that's a rough throat shot. Did you see that? I've not seen that in wrestling before. It like grabs your windpipe and like squeezes.
Obviously, he's not in too good shape or he'd be out there. Well, you can imagine getting suplexed on the floor.
Do you think he's using his rage for what happened to Virgil to fuel him in this fight?
What happened to Virgil?
Hulk Hogan beat him up.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. He doesn't care about Virgil.
No.
Mm. But he incorporates him.
Virgil is like the buzzing of flies to him.
That was very cool.
DiBiase with the risky rope move. Morocco capitalizing. Punching on DiBiase in the corner. And taking him down.
Turn away for a second, that's all he needed. Side headlock, but DiBiase won't stay this long. Foot now, shoulder block. Ran him over just like a tank. Morocco over the top.
Morocco is a very thick man. Like a tree. There's my guy. Winning it. There was almost a disaster, but then there wasn't. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the board.
Took everything out of the run. Part of DiBiase, and it got into the finals. One more match. He's the champion of the world. 1, 2, 3 count, $1 million match heading by The Rock. Right now, let's go to Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker, who in fact is still looking for better. Hey, it's getting me nervous time down here. I've been looking over,
This boy too horny. He's been looking for this bitch for 3 hours. Give it up and take your C's, Bob. Shit.
We're supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff. And
What are C's?
A, B, C.
it's just a couple of minutes away. And you remember in your baseball days when somebody would take a baseball bat and get you on the top of the head? What happens? Strike Force. Mr. Fuji has ordered us. And you're you know, there's a lot of bad things happening. But the bad is about to happen now. We're gonna get it back. With the Strike Force.
Ready for this?
No.
Must be October 31st. I'm never eating sushi either. The two opponents who would have
Alright.
were eliminated in the first round. Therefore, the one-man gang will not compete in this round.
You had me fill this out. Did we not want me to show it?
Oh, yes.
And he will be the winner of the next match.
So in this round, we have the bye coming from the Andre. You need to move it down. Coming from the Andre Hogan debacle. You got a bye. Down here, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase has advanced on his own, by his own merit, which advances him to the winner of the left side of the bracket. Ted DiBiase is in your World Heavyweight Title Tournament Final. Ted DiBiase. There you go. $1 Million Man. And let's see what we got coming up in the next round. The other side, I should say. Real quick. Excuse me. All right. On the other side here, we have the Macho Man Randy Savage, who's coming out now, taking on Greg, the dog face gremlin, Valentine, and One Man Gang somehow worked into having a bye. So One Man Gang is in the semifinal against the winner of Valentine and Savage. The winner of that versus Gang will be in the right side final, and the winner will face DiBiase for the world title. So we're down to, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men,
4 men.
and DiBiase.
No, I'm counting DiBiase.
1,
You
2,
have Great Valentine, Randy Savage, One Man Gang, and DiBiase.
4.
4.
4.
Yeah, 4.
That's what I said.
You said 5.
Valentine also knows about the gold. He's a former Intercontinental champion. Absolutely. But neither of them.
Oh, that guy in the crowd has a good Randy Savage robe. Love it.
Or it could just be New York, and he's the future of city living.
That's kind of a nightmare.
Says breaking out the John Waters related quotes tonight.
It's watching John Waters movie.
Watching this one,
How much longer do I have of this?
waiting to find out who in fact he will be.
How would you want it?
Okay. No, probably not the whole
You
movie.
hate WrestleMania 4?
No. But I do not love it yet. I like it a lot. I like parts of it a lot. If you are just joining us, we are slowly heading toward the final, slowly but surely. We are currently at 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 45 seconds.
Wouldn't be matches for you.
I don't like short matches to like have like pack in the matches, you know? Like I'd rather have a show
Yeah.
with fewer matches that were of quality and,
Yeah,
and length.
Yeah.
So many of these have just been like they're so short that nothing can get going really, you know? I'm thinking that now that we're getting closer to the finals, hopefully the matches will get a little more time. And
Now remember, Savage has already wrestled twice.
I'm sorry.
Savage has wrestled twice already. Also, is no. So is Valentine now.
No, they've each wrestled once. This is their second time wrestling.
Second match, they've wrestled twice.
Oh, I thought you meant at like prior to this. I'm sorry. I thought I was missing something. That is one nice thing about the tournament. Like everyone that you're facing, in theory, would have wrestled the same number of times you had by the time you meet them. But with the buys, that really throws things off. You know, I feel like one man gang has a unfair advantage.
Well, but the only thing he doesn't have going for him is that he sucks.
Well, yeah.
And I believe he was, as someone pointed out, a former United States champion. So, folks, if you're just joining us, we are watching WrestleMania 14. We are at 1 hour, or excuse me, we're at 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 29 seconds in. Have just about an hour and 8 minutes to go here. We've got Macho Man and Greg Valentine in one of the tournament quarterfinals. The winner faces One Man Gang for the right to take on Ted DiBiase in the championship final. We also have some other matches here on WrestleMania 3. I can't remember what. I think one of them involves the Islanders. One might involve the Heartbreakers, the Hart Foundation. Who knows?
Well, they were in the tournament at the beginning.
They were in the Battle Royal.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, Battle Royal at the beginning. Look at Miss Elizabeth with a costume change between matches. I like it.
She's a very classy lady.
Mm-hmm.
And a victim of Lex Luger and her drug addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad story.
Yeah.
Lex Luger has since taken all responsibility for her death. Very sad story.
That is sad.
Valentine's taking all the starch out of the Macho Man.
Well, what can you do, folks? Drugs, they're a good time, but there's too much of a good time you can have, you know, and then that's called death. So you got to moderate, you know, some things in moderation, some things not. So like coffee, tea, moderation. Drugs, do a lot, but not too much. Watching movies, watching TV, do it in moderation. Spanking your kids, do it in moderation. Although the way some of your kids out there, there's some of the way I see them behave, you better get at these fucking kids with your hands because they need to act like they've been somewhere. So maybe moderation is not key for that. But that's beside my point. My point is, yeah, don't do too many drugs because you could die. And if you're doing some and then you're like, man, if I do this much, I could die, then stop. That's the time to stop.
Can we do one of those like disclaimers for the beginning of our show that they have on like movies that have commentary where it's like people talking on this film like don't represent
These
the
are all my
idiots.
opinions.
Yeah.
This represents No Bones About Wrestling, all my opinions. Now, I don't claim any of my opinions are true, nor do I encourage anyone to follow them.
I just wanted to separate me from you.
But they are my opinions.
Yeah. His opinions.
My opinions. So if you want to go for them, that's your own brilliant or stupid decision, depending on what the opinion is. Because I'm often right, rarely wrong. So that's up to you to figure out which one is which.
Oh. Yeah.
Macho Man got him.
Do you think we're going to see a third outfit from Miss Elizabeth?
Elizabeth! Yes, I do.
I am now. Ooh, who am I for? Randy Savage or Ted DiBiase?
What?
I said, ooh, who am I for? Randy Savage or Ted DiBiase? I was gonna say I'm for Randy Savage in this tournament, but then I just remembered Ted DiBiase's moving on. I'm for Randy Savage. Oh, I guess I should update our board.
All right, guys, we've got action. I got to tell you that. We've got action. Vanna White. Bob Uecker's driving me nuts. He's looking all over this building for you, and he still hasn't told you. Are you hiding by any chance?
I'm hiding. I don't know who I'm hiding from. I don't know who we're
You've
talking.
certainly heard of Bob Uecker. All right,
I don't
maybe
know.
a little bit later on that. Vanna, what about everything that's been happening here at round number 2? What a fantastic match between Hulk and Andre.
This was great. I really enjoyed it, but I told you I still like Hulk.
I know you do. Now, here's a gentleman you didn't particularly care for. He has advanced, however, the $1 million.
Eric says, sad world out there. Yes, it is. I hope you're not just talking about me, but talking about my opinions. Yeah, if you never need advice, just look to me. I've been through it. And even if I haven't, I still have answers for you. All right, back to the board. Bam.
One man gang, by the way.
Macho Man Randy Savage beats everyone's ugliest aunt, Greg the Hammer Valentine. Savage is in the semifinals against the one-man gang, who has had quite a little of a rest now. So we got Savage versus Gang.
The winner of which will face Ted DiBiase.
Correct. And is DiBiase got in on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Savage versus one-man gang. Winner faces DiBiase. We have 3 men left. Which of these 3 do you not believe will be World Wrestling Federation champion? And now I believe we have an Intercontinental title match coming up. Some of these matches have been so short, I don't even know how to rate some of these matches.
You don't rate them because they're basically squash matches almost.
No, they're not all.
There's all of them, but a lot of them are too short to rate. Do you think there are people where this is their favorite WrestleMania? There has to be,
sure.
right?
Oh, I'm sure. Now, my favorite WrestleMania, personally, is WrestleMania 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sure there are others who will rival me, but you got Bret versus Owen Hart as the fucking opener of the show. You saw Lex Luger get a world title shot against Yokozuna. You saw Bret Hart get a world title shot against Yokozuna. Even just that right there is enough to make it great. But you also got Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels in the ladder match for the double Intercontinental titles. And more. Just a great show. Kay, do you have a favorite WrestleMania?
I do. It is Kofi Mania. I don't know the number because I don't remember things like that. Look, it is Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oh,
Unofficial. Music provided by Asa. Brutus the Barber Beefcake is the unofficial mascot of the Purchase Stuff podcast. We highly recommend listening to them. They cover like retro pop culture things, including some wrestling. It's a lot of horror. They're good guys. Or seem like it.
And they just put out a new episode today about a 1987 TV broadcast of a nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh, and when they do like the TV broadcast, they talk about some of the commercials, which is excellent. But that's Matt from Dinosaur Dracula and Jay from Sludge Central.
Talking to Brutus today, and boy, he's extremely confident, Jess. He thinks he's got it all together. He thinks he has the ability.
Is this the longest WrestleMania? We'll see. Eric Tate says some matches on here should have been TV matches. You are right, sir. It's a long show, but thank you for joining us for it. We'll be doing more WrestleManias as WrestleMania season progresses, but I can attest to you we won't be doing any more WrestleManias that are 3.5 hours long.
Preach.
So I just wanted to do this one. It's a fun tournament. Donald Trump's there. What's not to love, right?
True. Extra fun fact. Asa told me this was a 3.5 hour WrestleMania as we were pressing the live button. So that was a fun surprise. I got double Randy Savage though. You can't complain about that. Shouldn't be triple Randy Savage. That's all right in my book.
Unless something happens.
No. Okay, as a child, who would you be for in this? Honky Tonk or Brutus?
Brutus.
Dancer. Did you dislike Honky Tonk because he's a fake Elvis and you love the real Elvis?
No, I just like Brutus because he was a good guy and he would cut people's hair. And he strutted, see? Cutting and strutting.
Nia Jax has very similar patches on her clothes to him, where it's like really tight, sheer black mesh in random places. It's very strange. That looks better on him, obviously.
But now I would definitely be going for the Honky Tonk Man.
Why?
Look at him.
Yeah, but Brutus.
Look at him.
Brother Brutai, right? Brutai.
Well, he was Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and then he became Brother Brutus, and then he became Brother Brutai, and then he became the Zodiac, and then he became the Big Booty Daddy, and then he became the Disciple, and then he became the Warrior's Disciple, and then he became the Disciple again, and then I think maybe he eventually became Ed Leslie, which is his real name, I believe. So he's had a lot of gimmicks in his time.
Was he at WrestleCade?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I saw him.
I got 2 pictures of him alone at his table.
Aww. That's the sad part about going to WrestleCade is like you feel bad for the wrestlers that don't have anyone talking to them. Nick Wayne. His table was like right next to where Tony Storm and Jay White and Juice Robinson were. And Tony's line was like more than halfway down the room. And Nick was just like sitting at an empty table. I felt very bad for him.
Those are the dum-dums, man. You get Nick Wayne's autograph
Yeah.
now, wait for fucking 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Get the youngins when they're young.
Well, by the time I got out of the Tony Storm line, he had like gone to get lunch or something because I was going to stop by.
Cry in his van.
Aww. He had a friend with him, or a person.
Yeah, that's why they had to bring a van.
Oh. And his mom was there, but she wasn't at the table at the time.
You mean Mother Wayne?
I mean, Mother Wayne, yes. Who's that with Jimmy Hart? Peggy Sue. Never mind. He heard me and answered my question.
Spotlight her enthusiasm, though. She's with him throughout this whole match. She's always bubbly, full of excitement and enthusiasm. Oh, here, he gets a line. So good. Snap Mary takes a challenge from over the lookout. Boom.
Honky Tonk Man, he's getting going. He's getting dancing. Makes the women in Atlantic City swoon.
Setting it up, perhaps.
Does he have dentures?
Oh,
Honky Tonk Man.
should leave him alone.
I was just curious. His teeth are very white for back then.
Maybe just it's good oral hygiene.
It's very possible.
over the shoulder. There's a if he hooks it, it's over. Ozzy. Oh, he chose not to do it. I don't know. I guess he figured he didn't have Brutus.
That ref sucks.
Why?
Because he totally missed the ball shot.
He might stop the jet. There it goes. There's the shake.
Oh no.
Yeah, there you go, Brutus.
We can see a new Intercontinental champion.
You called him Brutai. Isn't this before he was Brutai?
Brutus, Brutai, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What a backdrop that was. Sends it in again for the ride.
And for those of you, if you've just joined us recently, we are watching WrestleMania 4. We're at 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 4 seconds.
It's just about out, Jess.
Whoa.
Oh.
Jimmy Hart saw the honky tonk man going out with the sleeper, and he smacked out the referee.
Oh, he hit the mat so that Brutus would think that that was the ref hitting the mat and that he had won. I was wondering what he was doing. I've never gotten to see him use his scissors.
Really?
I don't think so.
Getting ready, strutting and cutting.
He didn't make it. Who knows what's going on there? You don't think Beefcake's giving him a haircut under the ring, do you? It's possible. Now he's dragging poor Jimmy out. This here's a definite mismatch. He's got the little bag, and then Bruno carries all those scissors in, those clippers and everything. In the meantime, still inside the ring, Beefcake's got the scissors. Jimmy's hair.
No. But Jimmy's got pretty hair.
He's taking his hair, stealing his hair. That's an assault right there is what that is. These people shouldn't be cheering for, oh, they're fucking New Jersey. They don't even know what the difference is between assault and living life. They
I
just
thought-
love it.
I thought he was going to cut Peggy Sue's hair because she has that horrendous wig on. I thought that's why she had that on.
No, he does it to men. He's very homo haircutish.
Referee's still down.
I thought you were going to say gentlemanly.
Okay. He's very homo gentlemanly.
I meant gentlemanly because he's not cutting women's hair.
Oh. Honky Tonk Man's awake. He's got an international object in there.
He wanted to do some serious cutting on the honky tonk.
Seen a lot of screwy endings on this show, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Well, the referee that was the referee for the match is still unconscious. The winner of this contest as a result of the disqualification.
Wait, so what was the disqualification? They keep doing this. They keep calling things because of the disqualification, and I don't see the disqualification happen. Like, Brutus is the one that brought the shears
Right.
into the ring.
Right.
That does not make any sense.
Honky Tonk Man really bent out of shape about what Brutus the Barber did to his man, the Colonel, firing some kind of vengeance here. Look at this. He's got instant handcuffs.
Look at that. He's cut.
Yeah, Brutus the Barber Beefcake gets the win over the Honky Tonk Man, but it's by DQ. So the Honky hangs on to his Intercontinental belt.
Oh my God, poor Vanna White.
I get everybody. You know, this thing is really getting kind of serious now. I haven't been able to locate Vanna White, and I was supposed to.
Oh my God.
Andre, my good buddy.
That was so creepy.
The only professional wrestler is there undefeated. And Hulk Hogan wanted to be it because now Fed DiBiase is on his way up. That's why you paid me for, to keep you out of the tournament, Hogan. And you are. And I know one thing, and that's why the people gonna know too, and that's why they're gonna remember you are the next champion, Hogan.
Well, there you have it. I still haven't found it.
Yes, the next champion. Don't worry about Vanna White. Now, Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania is over.
Yeah, I'm gonna get here.
Andre's so awesome. That is a very famous clip.
Squeeze on Mr. Baseball.
Hey, like that though. Just letting me know it was all part of the master plan, Gorilla. All DiBiase wanted Andre to do was eliminate Hogan from the tournament, and Andre did precisely that.
Oh, here's the match that Asa was talking about. We still have left.
Looks like
We still have 2 tournament matches left, including the finals. And we're at 2:36:54 right now. So there's a little less than an hour of the show left. Hopefully they give time to those other tournament matches, especially the final. What the fuck is Bobby the Brain Heenan wearing? Is it like a straitjacket that hasn't been strapped? Did he steal it from someone? Why are the arms so long?
In the world of wrestling.
I'm very confused. Feel free to fill me in if you know what's up with that.
What a 6-man tag team matchup this is. This is the first time we've seen Matilda in quite some time, yes. She's going to be looking for the break. But I don't think it's going to matter.
Oh, that's Coco Beware, right? He has a pair. No. Sorry, I thought the dog was going after the bird. What's the bird's name, guys? I've heard a lot about Coco Beware and his bird. This might be the first time I've ever seen them. Coco Beware has been announced for WrestleCade this year, which is Thanksgiving weekend in Winston-Salem. It's awesome. Okay, so what's Coco Beware's parrot's name?
Frankie.
Frankie. I don't know that I've ever seen them before, you know?
Who?
Coco Beware and Frankie.
Ooh, Frankie.
Yeah. Matilda looked like she was trying to charge at Frankie.
No. What we got here? British Bulldogs and Coco versus Heart Foundation and
There's no Heart Foundation.
oh,
Those are the Islanders.
Sorry, the Islanders
Yeah.
and Bobby Heenan.
Yeah. Why is he wearing what he is wearing?
I don't know.
Look how long the arms are. His hands are in it like a child's jacket. Yeah.
Big brother around the corner there. Not good and wasting time. Oh, this is definitely a revenge match on the part of the British Bulldogs.
Wait, I'm confused. Why is Coco there?
He's on the British Bulldogs team.
This is the guy I
So is Body wrestling? Is that why he's out?
Yeah.
Oh,
very powerful.
he's the third man in a trio smash?
No slouchy.
Yes.
How old is he?
Old.
Oh.
Duck underneath, look out! Cross body. 2 count out. Haku has got a tremendous thrust kick just in. Doesn't have to take a back seat. That's right. I love it when he gets a chance to use that. I'm interested. I want you to see the talent of the brain in that ring.
Oh, that was very nice.
Wait till they tag Bobby. Step there, 5 David boy, into a reverse chip lock.
Well, folks, if you're still here with us, we appreciate it. We are at
It's a happening.
2 hours, 41 minutes, 3 seconds into the show. 52 minutes left in the show.
Champion of the world.
It's a lot of time left.
You're not enjoying yourself?
I am. That's just a lot of time left.
You love WrestleMania 4.
I will say Asa has shielded me from a lot of the worst WrestleManias, but I think this might be the worst one that I've seen so far.
Oh.
I cannot think of what. Oh, wait. What was that? Night 2 of WrestleMania when John Cena was wrestling Austin Theory?
That was night 1.
Night 1? Okay. Night 1. It sucked. I believe.
Wasn't that when Cody lost to Roman?
I thought that was night 2
What was night 2?
when Cody lost to Roman.
It was. Maybe night 2 started with what's his name beating what's his name?
Austin Theory beating Cena?
Yes.
Yes, I believe that's correct. Because I believe the first night was like so awesome and we were so fucking excited for the second night, and then it was just like, oh.
So far, all the Bulldogs in Togo. What's a break that he does get? Just his hands are coming out of that outfit. Can't even see his hands. How's he gonna hold on one? I don't know. Gorilla Baby has no intent on getting in there. He just wants
The Dynamite Kid's son is wrestling now, right? The Dynamite Kid's son is wrestling now, right? Isn't he? Is he into AW? Hmm.
But a wrestler. I'm sure there's going to be a lot to be said about that outfit.
Is his last name like Billings or something?
Billington.
Billington.
He's in there. I'm going to work. I'm doing a nice job right now. That big Biggie guy, he reminds me of the cook at the Hanson. Remember that guy? Oh, he called me to run back and come around the man out there immediately. Only thing he's got on that I recognize is those wrestling boots. Whoa! Big backdrop by Tama. It looks like Dynamite's back to 100%, Jess. Oh, he's definitely back to 100%, but he ain't.
Who is that Islander?
Right at this particular big slam.
I believe it's either Sama or Fatu. I believe this is before they were known as the Head Shrinkers.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Possibly make a tag. Dynamite's going to make a tag. There it is. Togo in there on fire. Another backdrop. Oh, there's a headbutt for Haku who steps in. This one's getting out of hand, Jess. Well, that's a generally didn't happen in a 6-minute tag match. You got over.
Haku spent a good amount of time as a singles wrestler, also, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Very distinguished. He was king of the ring at one point. WCW Hardcore Champion.
I like him.
WWF Tag Team Champion.
Mhm.
It's very good.
saliva dripping out of its mouth, making a big splash. I can imagine if they probably went to use the ring post for you know what. When it came out. That's someone's mascot, someone's friend. You know the millions of kids around the world who love Matilda? You obviously didn't get a count on all the mail that come in when she was missing.
She was missing?
Apparently.
Someone kidnapped her?
I think the bad guys kidnapped her.
That's wrong.
If I had to guess. I think they went one of Coco's teeth, maybe.
Saw a tooth fly out of that, Jess. Unaware. Had to belong to Coco. As the hit up with the knee with that, what I consider to be
Bobby's playing it a little rough. Is that what's happening?
It's called working stiff.
Yeah, I know.
Material. Look at the buckles. Look at the sharp optics that are on that jacket. You punch somebody or I'm gonna break.
I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle before.
I'm sure it was all checked out like a dictator jack. I like that very much.
He's getting the power of the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Tony's suit.
I love it.
Coco.
That's right. Stops the
Was Captain Planet out yet at this point? No, right?
No.
Something about bird power. You think of Captain Planet.
So you're saying they stole their intellectual property from Coco Beware?
No, it's not like it reminded me of Captain Planet.
We're gonna meet Coco Beware in a couple months here.
I told him that.
Couple weeks here, I mean.
Couple months. He's gonna be at WrestleCade. That's in November.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be at oh, that's right. Never mind, couple months here.
Yeah, Ultimo Dragon and Barry Windham are going to be at our next AML show, which is our local wrestling federation.
Heenan gets the pin.
Yes, he does.
The Islanders and Heenan get the win.
Oh, and so that's the Dynamite Kid. Not too happy about that.
Oh,
Keep Matilda away from those ring posts. Oh, look at this, Matilda.
keep Matilda away from those savages. They'll eat her.
Oh, Matilda's got him down. That outfit is literally saving his behind now. That is horrible. Something has to be.
Oh, that's why he's wearing the leather. That's like what dog trainers wear. I get it. It took me a really long time to understand that.
He thought he just escaped an insane asylum.
Well, no, that's why I told you I didn't understand why I was wearing it.
Oh.
But in my defense, you didn't explain it to me, and neither did the people in the audience.
Another barn burner here at WrestleMania 4.
Those are all long shit show. Oh, God. There's been like 2 good matches so far, and we're like 2 hours in, 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
After going back and watching it, I will admit WWF WrestleMania 4, not one of the better WrestleManias. But it has its moments. That's its moments. It had a very good match between Jake the Snake.
We've had some creepy segments of Bob Uecker trying to hunt down Vanna White.
Yep. We got Jesse Ventura posing. And we have one big moment left.
Is that the finals of the tournament?
The coronation of a new WWF champion.
Oh. Well, we still have one more round to finish before it's the finals.
And then the coronation of a new WWF champion.
Mm-hmm. Is this pre-Predator or post-Predator?
1 year post Predator.
Let's just say, is that why he's wearing that on his head? To remind everyone that he was in Predator?
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
And this is 3 years post Running Man. So Jesse Ventura was on top of the action genre.
I'm at 5%. I gotta bounce.
Along with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm sorry, my phone died.
Has automatically drawn a bye and has been
Well, folks, it's just me and you left.
No, I'm here. You don't want me to scooch over and be with you?
Well, you're still in shape, Jess.
It's up to you.
Put the headset back on. Yeah, I'll tell you something, Gorilla.
Here, I can charge it, and maybe it'll be charged enough. But
Find it. Turn it off. Charge it.
yeah, I'm doing it.
Don't on my phone.
Oh, well, that's the charger I was going to use.
Well, that's what my phone's using. Stupid.
Oh, well, I figured it was charged. Here, you get it back in. Sorry, I don't want to mess up your thing here.
For Christ, lacrosse.
He's not there anymore, Ben.
Never a woman to do something, you gotta fix up her fuck up and then fix the problem you originally had to fix, too. They wonder why they got paid 25% less because we gotta do 100% more times the work.
Oh my god, I'm gonna stab you in the face. With love.
This guy's coming to get tired, Jess. Well,
Now we got the Macho Man, Randy Savage, along with Miss Elizabeth.
Third outfit.
What?
It's your third outfit.
And they're taking on One Man Gang. The winner faces DiBiase for the world title.
This is my favorite Miss Elizabeth dress so far.
well, every time we've seen Elizabeth come down to the ring today, Jess, she's got a new outfit. She's indeed a lovely person.
You know, I'll bet you Mrs. Trump, Donald Trump's wife, is looking at a few of Mrs. outfits and stuff this.
Oh, look at this. Savage going right after the switch now. I'll tell you what, though, Chris. You made some good points about the 747, about the game, but you didn't talk about what is, in my opinion, something very important, and that's heart, Jess. Heart. I don't. No, I'm talking about inside, intestinal fortitude, guts. I don't think the gang has that characteristic as strong as the Macho Man.
Well, you might be true, Gorilla, but again, I got to go back to the fact that the gang sat out a bye. He's only had to wrestle one time. Macho's already gone twice. Plus, the gang has a huge weight advantage.
Yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 pounds.
You can see he's manhandling the Macho Man right here, pushing him around the ring. Macho Man doesn't dare get caught. Declares a smart move.
Whoa, this the reason Savage going to work immediately. Referee stepping in between. Come on, Rob, that's not your job.
Oh, Macho grabbed him by the beard.
Whoa, the top rope, beautiful maneuver. Where's he going with him? Oh,
See, the Macho Man's making a mistake early. He's trying to lock up with the gang. He should let the gang chase him around.
run him out of gas.
That's right, trying to tire him out.
Boy, there's no worse feeling when you're out there, Justin, you run out of gas.
And see, if the gang gets Macho down on the mat like he just did right there, Macho's going to be in big trouble.
Sit down. Crush him. When you got somebody like the gang sitting on your chest, you can't expand that chest. You can't get any oxygen. Lights go out in a hurry. Big roundhouse right. Slickster with a confident look on his face. Gotta keep an eye on him too. He's got a cane.
Well, the Slickster's got to be feeling real good right now. His man that got the bye, got to rest. He needs only one win to be in the finals against Ted DiBiase, who right now is sitting out with a bye. Watch it.
See, still looking. The real wrestling fans in the 80s were watching NWA. Here's K Fabulous. She's back from the Nowhere Void. How's it feel to be back?
Wonderful.
No?
Yeah, I can't breathe in the nowhere void.
Good.
Stop that when we talk about
What are you doing?
I had to get used so I could lean.
Oh, shit.
Well, so I can get closer to you so you don't have to lean over. What?
Constantly moving my shit all day until there's no space left in the house.
Because this shit's everywhere.
It has places. But she won't respect them, and she moves shit all over the house all goddamn day, so that we constantly have to keep picking it up and putting it in another place where it gets moved from and then gets moved from again. Don't get married, people. That's my advice.
It's okay. I'm going to chop them in little pieces and flush them down the toilet and then get the insurance money.
Joke's on you. The insurance money is going to the NAACP.
Look out, gang, going to the ropes. For the
I'm just kidding.
That took a lot out of the gang.
You're such a shame, Sam.
That's what Michael's got to do. He's got to jab and move. He's got to stick and move. He could take a lesson from Sugar Ray.
I hate this angle. I can't see through shit. I
Come
gotta
on, just over.
sit over here.
It's fine.
I'm gonna do it by myself. You need the phone.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
No, Saturday.
No, we're going to Concord Saturday. We could go to a place at Concord Saturday.
Okay.
Well, folks, it's just me with you until the bitter end here. If you're just joining us, we are 2 hours, 55 minutes, 41 seconds into the show. We have Slick giving Miss Elizabeth some words as she's looking to interfere. Would have been his right. She's interfering. Macho Man goes after Slick on the outside. That could be a mistake. One-man gang hits him with a cane, a pimp cane, I believe as we call it. Misses him. Misses him. He's a very slow man. Misses him. And that's a disqualification. And the Macho Man is in the final.
What percentage of matches have had weird, stupid finishes?
Exploded here. Boy, that took a lot out of the Macho Man, Jess. Oh, look at this. Macho's going up on top. Switch that.
Wow, and now the question gets raised, is this the worst WrestleMania?
My vote is yes.
It can't be. It's probably the worst in the first 10. Let's say first 14 even. I think that's fair to say.
That's what happens. The bell rings in your history. Now it will be the $1 million man taking the action along with the Macho Man.
I believe we have one more match, and that is the world title match. Ted DiBiase versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
I know it's so exciting. I have to excuse myself and go out to ringside, okay?
All right, Vanna White. Wheel of Fortune's Vanna White, thank you. It has been a pleasure working with you. Just absolutely the greatest. Here we go. You saw how it happened. Ted DiBiase getting in the final via a bye. Macho Man Randy Savage over the one-man gang. So that is your final, the one we've been thinking about here on WrestleMania. Where is she? Bob Uecker is here. You've got bad news for you. Vanna White just left. Jay told me she was just down. She missed her. You of all guys, not my buddy. Come on. Hey, you've been all over this building, scouring this building for Vanna White. And I'm sorry, pal, I have to tell you this, Bob Uecker. I don't know if she wants to see you.
Bob Uecker got his dick hard for Vanna.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
This is Vanna White. Wheel of Fortune, Bob Uecker. I'm sorry. Let's get back to Gorilla and Jesse. I'm sorry about that, fella.
Mr. Baseball, a little bit confused.
I want to get one of those phones that can last. It's like made to stream stuff.
What kind is that?
It's like any phone that you don't have.
Yeah, my phone's cheaper. Oh,
Something like that.
awesome. Wish I think a new phone. Do that.
I think like a plus would be the thing to go. Don't just go for the standard
Yeah, the only concern with that is the size.
and the heat. The smaller ones overheat because they try and put the same thing in a smaller shell.
Mm-hmm.
They have big overheating problems.
But the bigger ones don't fit in girl pockets, and I would never know where my phone is if it's not in my pocket.
But they also don't overheat.
Mm-hmm.
So your thing still works.
Mm-hmm.
The thing you bought to work.
Uh-huh. But if you don't know where it is, that's not very helpful.
Put in a chain around your neck.
Mm.
Hotel and casino on the site for WrestleMania IV, where history is in the making.
Around your arm. For a fancy accessory.
Champions are about to make their appearance. Tito's got a big Martel.
That crowd is dead. They're so exhausted. How many matches have they seen?
I don't know. You got the list.
Too many. Too many for one show.
They're going to have to be quick. They're going to have to hit and run because they're giving away a lot of weight and a lot of power at this point. Bells go up. They're on the way here.
Many matches.
Championship matchup. Looks like Smash is going to start. See whether it'll be Tito or Rick. I always get confused, two acts in Smash. I can never tell which Smash is going to start. It's a little bit taller. Now they're both in there. But I believe it's going to be Smash as we start this. Yes, it is. I'm not sure those outfits are legal either, yes. Oh, they've been wrestling with them for months. I didn't say they wrestling with them. I just said I don't believe they're. I could find something off of it. Right away, starting like a jackhammer. Smash looking up to the stage. Just what I said. Ducked underneath them.
Hey, Fab, just to regret taking on the WrestleMania IV mantle.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why'd you go away?
Because I'm watching it. I'm going to finish the thing.
Why'd you leave?
I kind of want to see what happens.
This is match 14.
Yeah, I don't regret it that much. I just wish we had picked a different one.
Why don't you leave?
Because I want to see what happens.
Why don't you leave? Make everyone happy.
As they go downstairs on Smash, and a double clothesline sends him to the canvas. Referee should not count that. That was a result of the double team. He should not have gone down to count that.
Anyways, here we go with Strike Force. Putting the belts on the line. You've got to turn the fucking heat up in this room.
It's 77 in here.
Quit arguing. Understand? It's too late in the night to argue with you. Tito Santana, Rick Martel, all newcomers. I'll tell you what, Jess, they impressed me when they won the title. Plus, from the Hart Foundation, I don't believe that the maneuver that they used, the Boston Crab, to beat the Anvil, can beat either one of these guys. I got to agree with you on that. Number one, I don't think they can get it on them. I think the way they're going to have to win Strike Force if they can is by double drop kicks, double maneuvers, double up whenever they can, like they did earlier. It's obvious the referee's going to let them get away with it. They're capable of doing that live flying stuff. They're capable. They've got, we're not saying that they don't have any power.
Okay, Fabulous. I have to go change my clothes. Please entertain the people.
Okay. Okay, so getting into warmer stuff, I'm assuming.
Fuck.
Sorry. I don't think I've seen Demolition before, but I don't remember the face paint. Do they always have that?
Absolutely. Tag is made and Axis in there, but now it's a double team effort here. As they ram Tito back into the corner. Martel has a referee on his side. A few choice words, but that eliminated Demolition through a lot of damage. Now Demolition is smart.
Ripley, stay here, baby.
Santana in the corner.
Stay.
Tag out. He'll do their rough house power stuff in the corner. Well, they know how to cut the ring in them, Jess. No question about that. Well, it's straight. But I mentioned Chico wishes he was back selling tacos in Tijuana right now. From Tijuana. Tag again.
They sure said stuff back then that you can't say now in commentary.
Away, become champions. Oh, slam and beauty. Could be all over. Wow. Couldn't believe Chico Santana could kick out of that.
Ripley, no man.
Tito going downstairs, heading to the bread basket, but not a whole lot behind those punches. These guys are awesome. They're definitely big and strong, Gorilla. Once again, into the wrong part of town goes Tito Santana. They don't use a lot of classic wrestling moves.
I'm not seeing the other team get much offense in here. It seems to be
Once again,
Demolition all day long.
Martel comes in and trying to help his partner. What's going to work? There's a disadvantage here.
Oh,
Sucker back in once
and Demolition's making it look like these other guys haven't been in a tag match before.
That's brilliant tag team wrestling on the part of Demolition. If you've got a guy as eager as Martel to get in that ring, do things to draw him in, because then the referee's going to have to chase him out, then you could do a lot of damage while that referee's trying to get Martel out of there. Suplex and well executed by Smash over for the cover. 2 count. Whoa, was that close? That was close. There appeared to be hesitation on the part of referee Joey Morella there. Don't you agree? I think the shoulder came up, Jess, and he sort of realized that the 3 count was not there. Look out.
He's got a big brace on his leg.
Coming down with nobody home. But he had enough presence of mind to keep him from making a tag. That's right. And the longer Chico stays in that ring, the rough whoa there. Put his head down, Axe didn't pay for it. Chico desperately needing the tag, because if they keep him in that ring, he's free meat in there. Look at the smart move by Smash as he came over and dragged Santana back towards his corner. Now Axe is just going to work like a machine, like a jackhammer.
Wait, is he gonna pin him like that just with the arm on his leg? Okay. I was gonna say that would be some bullshit. Maybe he's gonna finally get to tag his partner. Does not look like it. Asa is back.
I'm back. I'm queer. Get used to me. I'm back. I'm queer. Shouldn't come out my ass. Get used to me. I'm back. I'm queer. Get used to me. Loving GQ back. I'm here. Get used to me. And Parade's out back. I'm here. Get used to me. Voted for Biden back. I'm here. Get used to me. Rather lose than admit anyone ever cares about anything else but me. That's my anthem, everybody. What do you guys think? We're still in this match?
Yes.
Whew. Man, these WrestleMania IV ticket holders, I tell you, my heart goes out to them. These matches are not good. Jake the Snake Rude was good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed seeing Hulk Hogan. It's over.
Oh, they're very glittery Demolition.
I'm giving it a, 2.5? 2?
2. They had body glitter before it was cool.
This has been one of the worst rated pay-per-views we've ever done.
What made you pick this one? Just the tournament and wanting to see that?
The tournament, and I wanted the big boards.
Oh, because you love a big bracket.
I love a big bracket. And I remembered this show as being much better than this. Mm-mm. Good evening, guys. How's it going? Hey, how's it going? Bad booking at this WrestleMania. You said that shit right, Eric. But yeah, hey, Willie, how's it going? Welcome for joining us for the final. What do we got? It is 3 hours, 10 minutes, 26 seconds in. So we've got 23 minutes left in WrestleMania 4, and we're done. And next week we'll pick out a different show. It will either be a WrestleMania or a WCW March pay-per-view
WCW!
that I promise you will like better than this show. So don't give up on us. I thought the WWF tournament would make this exciting. You know, you can't be a winner every day. Even God is imperfect, people. Let's remember that. The Holocaust. Okay. So all I did was put on WrestleMania 4. Okay? God, the Holocaust. Who catches a break here? Me. I catch the break.
Wait, why am I being named with God in the Holocaust?
I'm asking you,
Oh, I see.
who fucked up more, God or me? God, with the Holocaust.
Yeah, I agree.
See, it's not that bad.
Plus, we got to see Randy Savage a bunch.
Got to see Randy Savage 3 times already. And we're about to see him number 4. As Robin Leach twinkles down the aisle with the world title. And all these grubby people put their popcorn stained fingers on it. Sure, it's going to look quite pristine by the time it gets down there. They're fucking jacking off in the bathroom and fucking fingering their girlfriend, and it's all over there. And the pizza grease.
How many wrestlers do you think have sex with their belts on when they first win them?
A lot.
Would you say like all of them probably, or most of them?
I would. And there it is, covered with what knows. God knows. Hey, there's Donald Trump, baby, holding the belt. No, he's not. Just touched the belt. And now he might be sick. Infamous germaphobe. Touching the pussy juices on the new world title belt. It's a beautiful belt. Pussy juices and circus peanut leavings aside.
Look at that. You can't even hit an air ball.
Oh my God. Who's the fuck? There's a fan that just hugged him with a lit cigarette in his mouth and wouldn't let him go down. Did you see that?
It's the 80s. It's fun.
What's that?
It's the 80s. It's fun.
Oh.
You want to listen to music after this one?
I'm gonna take it out.
After that?
Sure.
Nice.
Is this before or after? Just a bit outside.
Where are you in the show? Willie asks. We are at 3 hours, 14 minutes, 16 seconds. And now 3:14:21.
She is like the Muppets. Women in Hollywood, and of course, getting a much bigger spot. Well, he's finally going to get to be the hostess of the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, he's been a
Well, seriously, should I take all that stuff and sell it, or just take it and give it away?
I don't know. You know how much it's worth. I mean, it's worth. I'd say keep the expensive stuff to sell and get rid of everything else.
And Willie says Earl was the evil one. Dave was the babyface. Oh, excuse me, I got that wrong. Earl is the evil one throughout history. So Dave was the babyface. Earl was the evil one who helped steal the world title away from Hulk Hogan and give it to that nasty, nefarious Andre the Giant, who then gave it to that nasty, nefarious $1 million man and necessitated this overwrought, poorly booked world title tournament. There's the Donald. He loves Vanna. He's going to grab her right by the pussy. He did not. So see, those words don't reflect him as a person, as he said before. Speaking of which, man, haven't you heard in the locker room, wherever, in the bar, at your friend's house, haven't you heard way worse? I don't need to hear them, but haven't you heard way worse things than, oh yeah, they let me grab him by the pussy? Doesn't that sound tame to you compared to the things you have heard from other men in your life? Just wanted to ask that question. Make people think. I like to make people think, Kay.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final match of our tournament to determine the undisputed World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship right here at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City. Introducing first, accompanied by himself. I think it's an airhead. He's got the big boy with him. Red Giant.
Accompanied by himself.
Second, Asa. By Andre the Giant. Virgil still not in sight, Jess. Didn't get any reports from the locker room either. Virgil's obviously injured at the hands of Hogan. Might have been taken to the hospital.
You want to be on this or no?
Speaking of media homes, there, but you're gonna do it by yourself.
I don't like the look of this. You know, again, I'll repeat it again. If I had to stand back to back in an alley and fight, I definitely want Andre with me and not Elizabeth. Oh, no question. No question about that. Plus, another important factor is that $1 million man had a buy. Hogan, which they said was part of their master plan. Yeah, he did state that. So now DiBiase is well rested. Macho Man Ricky Savage has fought 3 times, including the one-man gang. I gotta say the advantage would have to go with DiBiase at this point. Oh, no question. Unless Macho Man can prove it different. Well, should the Macho Man be successful, it would be an unprecedented 4 times. And he would have to be some candidates above. No one has ever done that. Still at the game. This time, it's hard for you.
See him losing weight, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna waste away.
I don't want that.
I don't look like Kate Moss.
Cheers, bro.
Some look like. It's too much.
What? It's too much?
It's okay, won't stop. It's too
No, you have to eat some.
It's too much.
It's like we've had 2 bites of yogurt. You don't want anything?
Too much.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who are just joining us, we are at 3 hours, 20 minutes, 18 seconds into this farce. We have 13 minutes left, and thank the fuck Christ. It's not that long a pay-per-view, but it's felt long, hasn't it?
Yes, and it's
Yes, it has felt long.
It's long for a WWE pay per view back then, isn't it? 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Yes.
We'll see who wants it the worst. Nice move. Oh, look at that. Andre reached up and hooked the leg. Referee didn't see it, though, but he better be careful. Maybe Asa wouldn't want to risk a disqualification, would he?
What's happened, man?
Andre tripped up Hogan.
Well, look at the.
Andre tripped up Savage. Well, they're wanting Hogan to come down and defend on Savage.
The $1 million man had another reversal. And a side headlock. And Savage hit the ropes, nice shoulder block.
Did they already not like each other at this point, or is that later?
Who?
Hogan and Savage.
That's twice now.
No, they're friends.
Don't they hate each other later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Hogan and Savage become the mega powers, but then their friendship is devolved because of how much they both love the lovely Elizabeth.
Well, we need another referee down the ringside on the outside at least.
Oh, I didn't realize that it was over Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. You're not doing it right.
Okay.
Elizabeth. So,
What were we watching with that guy who did like the worst fucking Randy Savage impression that we'd ever heard in our lives? Do you remember that?
yeah, I don't remember.
It's like someone who had never heard Randy Savage trying to do a Randy Savage impression.
He felt that, Judge. That's right.
Ooh, yeah.
Drops an elbow right to the back of the neck.
Yeah, it is myself and Kay Fabulous. However, she did not have the foresight to have a battery properly charged.
Yes, I did.
Speaking. So she did not, she wasn't able to finish the broadcast with us tonight. And perhaps at some point she'll take care of this and we can carry on our business as usual.
I had a fully charged battery.
And a close line in the zone. Push the leg to counter.
Excuse me, she had a fully charged battery from like 3 or 4 years ago. That's what I meant to say. Which is probably down to at least 88% battery health, and she does not listen to any of the battery health recommendations, no matter what they are. So the battery is just bleeding to death, and she doesn't seem to care, which is why she's not here right now. And it's very sad.
I am sitting right
And here we go. Ted DiBiase laying the boots into the Macho Man. Picking up, there's the Irish whip. And the knockdown with the elbow. DiBiase looking mighty cocky.
The undisputed World Wrestling Federation champion after the title was vacated. And now we've gone through so many matches, just eliminating.
Savage looks dazed here. Not put up any fight to speak of in this match. Duck under. Elbow of his own is Savage. He's going to take him over the ropes. Bam.
Look out, high knee sets.
Hmm.
over the top. There you go, man. Look at this. He stepped right over. He's protected. But Macho Man can't jump from there. If he does, he's jumping right into Andre's asking him to jump. He's telling him to jump. What a disadvantage the Macho Man is out here.
And if you're just joining us, we're nearly done watching WrestleMania 4. We are at 3 hours, 25 minutes, and 23 seconds. We got 8 minutes left here on the show. And then we're tired, so we're getting the fuck out of here after that. Beautiful falling fist drops by DiBiase. I love those.
Wherever she's gone, she could be gone too long, Jess. That's right. Because DiBiase's definitely taking advantage.
Crowd chanting for Hogan now. Oh. Elizabeth went and got Hogan. I will say, in retrospect, they should have made it an 8-man tournament for the belt. Yes.
Yes.
Does it again with Green over Braun, Jesse. The Hulkster's down there. He's got trailing him as well. Sit himself down in the corner of the Macho Man. Hulkster with a front row seat here at WrestleMania 4. Tell you what, Hogan's accomplished something. It's got DiBiase's attention, and it's throwing DiBiase off a little bit. Now there'll be no excuses either way. One man will prevail. Too late, Jess. The Macho Man has taken tremendous punishment here. I don't know whether he's got it left inside him or not. Look at that Andre. Just trying to get up to the right. And the Hulk's still over in the hallway. And Macho Man elbow. DiBiase. Over there. Right in the face by the $1 million man. Bottom of the time. And a nice clothesline. Hulkster giving Hogan back. They were their own medicine as he's the main runner now in the corner of the $1 million man. Hogan's trying to pump up the Macho Man. Just go look at that. So,
Did you like Andre when you were a kid, or was he always a bad guy for the most part when you were watching?
He was a bad guy when I was a kid. I did not care for him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he was weird, and he'd talk like this.
Mm-hmm.
It was very off-putting. I thought he was a real-life monster. I did not want to be anywhere near him.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those of you just joining in, watching WrestleMania 4, we are at 3:28:42 out of 3:23:54. We're 9 minutes until the end.
3:33:54.
I do this one by myself one time and have a good time.
Yeah.
Do this one by myself one time and have a good time.
I'm sorry.
Maybe that's what he has to do. DiBiase going for the sleeper hole. There it is. He's got it on. But right near the ropes is the Macho Man. Here comes the Hulkster.
Hogan nails DiBiase with the chair shot.
Wow, that's really far. Yeah, that's awesome.
Got it. The Macho Man wins his first of many World Heavyweight titles. An historic night. All this, all worth it to see Randy Savage as the world champion for the first time, partying with Elizabeth and with Hulk Hogan. And the 20 people who are still awake love it. The rest of them are comped gamblers who are like, can we get out of here now? Yeah, so that's why they did the tournament. They wanted to get the belt on Hogan to Savage without Hogan having to fight Savage. So that's why they did all that with Andre and DiBiase. And then the very next year, Clash of the Mega Powers, Savage would defend his title, which he had for a year now, against Hulk Hogan, his former friend.
Hey guys, so Asa will be right back. So that was WrestleMania 4. Not my favorite WrestleMania, I will say that. Sorry, I'm using Asa's phone, it's a little different than mine.
Destiny.
It was, I guess I would say long. There were a few good matches. I really liked my favorite match, or I guess we do best match, worst match ratings. Best match for me was probably Rick Rude versus Jake the Snake Roberts from that first round in the tournament. I'm looking at Ace's notes for my worst match because there's a lot to choose from. I'm gonna go with One Man Gang and Bam Bam Bigelow as the worst match because I felt like that had the most unused potential. It was short. The end was confusing. Not a fan. Overall, the show I would give it 2 bones out of 5. All right, Asa, you're up.
All right, it was a slog. I was hoping this would be triumphant, but it wasn't. So I'll pick another better show next time. WrestleMania IV watch along. I'm gonna go through this fast. 20-man battle royal. Bad News Brown won, last eliminating Bret Hart. Pretty good, 3.5 bones. First round of the world title tournament. Don Morocco beat Dino Bravo, 1 bone. Greg the Hammer Valentine beat Ricky Steamboat. Valentine pinned Steamboat on a roll-up, 2.5 bones. Butch Reed lost to the Macho Man Randy Savage. Savage pinned Reed after the flying elbow drop, 3 bones. One Man Gang beat Bam Bam Bigelow by countout, 0 bones. This was nothing. Ravishing Rick Rude took on Jake the Snake Roberts. Very good match. 4.5 bones. Time limit draw. That's your match of the night. Rick Rude and Jake the Snake. And they both got eliminated. Ultimate Warrior took on Hercules Hernandez, and Warrior pinned him, 2 bones out of 5. Warrior showing his strength, but not much else. WWF title tournament quarterfinals. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Double DQ. 1.5 bones out of 5. This was a bunch of nothing. WWF title second round match. Don Morocco took on the $1 Million Man, and DiBiase pinned Morocco after I don't know what the fuck I wrote there. DiBiase pinned Morocco, and that was a 3-bone match there. Also in the second round, the Macho Man pinned Greg Valentine after a roll-up. And decent match, 3 bones. Intercontinental title match. Brutus the Barber Beefcake beat the champion, the Honky Tonk Man, but beat him by disqualification. So the belt did not change hands. Honky Tonk Man still the champion. 2.5 bones out of 5. Might have been a little better if not for the sloppy ending. We saw the Islanders and their manager Bobby Heenan team up against the British Bulldogs and the Birdman, Coco Beware. The Insiders and Bobby Heenan got the win. The Islanders and Bobby Heenan got the win. And this was about what you would expect it to be, 2 bones out of 5. WWF title tournament semifinal. We had Randy Savage and the One Man Gang. Savage won by DQ. Another weird finish to one of these tournament matches. 1 bone out of 5. WWF World Tag Team title match. Strike Force put their belts on the line against Demolition. And Demolition won by DQ. So Strike Force keep the belts. 2 bones out of 5. A lot of strange DQs on this. And in the godforsaken main event, WWF World Title Tournament Final, Macho Man Randy Savage won his first world title. He beat out the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, 4 bones out of 5. Savage pinned DiBiase after a flying elbow drop. And that's your card. So some good, some bad, a lot of mediocre. And there you have WrestleMania 4. Match of the night is going to go to Ravishing Rick Rude versus Jake the Snake Roberts. Put on a very good match until the 15-minute time limit. Let's see what do we got here. That tournament was a joke, says Eric. Yes. Harley Race and Bret Hart. Don't know what that means. Eric Tate says, I think Hulk Hogan was taking time off, perhaps. Eric Tate, I believe he's ranking the whole card 2 bones. Willie said Tony didn't start with WWE until WrestleMania 5. Is he talking about Tony Schiavone?
I think so.
Perhaps.
And I think as Brett and Harley raced, I think he went back and started at the beginning because he joined late, you know?
Yeah.
So I think he was answering your question from back then.
Yes. So for those of you who stayed, I appreciate it. For those of you who enjoyed it, I'm sorry. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Next week on our retro watch along, I have a show I promise you will enjoy. I promise you will enjoy it. It will be something I've seen recently enough that I know it's good. This, I just kind of wanted to go way back and do the tournament thing, and it didn't really work out for any of us, did it? But that's fine. You win some, you lose some.
Was that because of the bracket for March Madness brackets? Is that what you think made the connection?
No.
Oh.
Man, overall, what the fuck do you even give this?
I gave it a 2. 2 bounds.
I'm gonna go with 2.5 bones out of 5. It wasn't atrocious. It wasn't good. It was right there in the middle of a wrestling card where you got some good, you got some shit, you got some decent stuff. 2.5 bones out of 5, I think, is a fair score. And before I let you go, let me tell you some things that are coming up. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we are doing a WWF Primetime Wrestling Watch Along. That is for Eric's birthday. Saturday, at some point Friday or Saturday, we're doing a Revolution preview and prediction show. I don't know when. I will put it on X as soon as I figure it out, but we will do one. Saturday night, 7:55, AEW Collision Watch Along. Sunday, 5 minutes before the pay-per-view starts, whenever that is, AEW Revolution Watch Along, 5 minutes before the show starts.
The 0 or the main show?
The main show. Monday, we are back to our WWE Weekly at 6 o'clock. And then at 7:55, our WWE Monday Night Raw Watch Along. So Monday has become kind of WWE night. Tuesday, 7 p.m., AEW Weekly will return. Wednesday, 7:55, AEW Dynamite Watch Along. Thursday, what am I forgetting? Anything? Thursday, we're doing a retro watch along. It will either be another WrestleMania that is better, or it will be a WCW pay-per-view from the month of March.
WCW!
Or an ECW pay-per-view from the month of March. And Friday next week, I am off. Saturday next week, 7:55, AEW Collision Watch Along. Sunday next week, I'm off. And so, folks, enjoy the schedule. Everything I just told you is going to be up on X. If you don't see it at first, the schedule, look for the purple, green, and pink post like this, that long, and it tells you everything that's coming up this week. Thank you to Willie, Eric, Eli, Dum Dum.
Did you mean to put that on the screen?
No. Let's see, Eli. If I'm forgetting you, I apologize, but thank you for everyone who spoke. And folks, you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow for what am I going to see him for?
For WWF Prime Time? Is that what it's called?
WWF Primetime Wrestling, a retro watch along.
Mhm.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be at 8 o'clock. And it's going to be in celebration of Eric's birthday. So come and join us, and it'll be a good time. And if you've never seen Primetime Wrestling from the late 80s, early 90s, now's your time. Great show. So for K Fabulous, this is Asa signing off. Peace in the Middle East. Use your turn signals. and have a great evening. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.